lost some weight. I just ease right in here. Just ease right in. I don't have to, go sideways by the desk, scoot by the signage. I just walked right in like I own the place.
So is the Save the Button challenge on again, but early because it needs to be tackled early?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm down. What am I down? I'm down almost 17 pounds in the last 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, for those who don't know the Save the Button challenge, where that came from, a couple years ago, Mark was getting ready for a upcoming season on Fox calling games, and let's just say that the top button of his dress shirt was screaming for help.
Yes.
And we came up with the Save the Button challenge.
I had gone on some TV thing, and I'll be honest, it was really difficult in my dress shirts to snap that first button, to the point where I had to take my dress shirt off, get the iron on it, steam it up, and try to stretch it out a little bit. I mean, my face was just really pushed in there.
Boom, boom, chubby chum chums.
Yeah, the whole thing was really pushed in there. And so I was on TV, all like Jabba the Hutt, with a suit on.
It's kind of like when you put a good brat on your grill.
Yeah.
And it cooks and cooks and cooks, and then it gets to the point where it starts to leak a little bit of grease.
Right.
And then it just pops.
Right. And
that
was just
you.
Yeah, and it expands as it's cooking on the grill.
Yes.
And then once you get that little fissure in there, that little crack, and then all the I was like a big piece of bratwurst.
You were like a Johnsonville brat.
And so I was on TV. You guys had me on, and you were texting me, going, "Hey, dude, you look a little bit chunky there." So it's like my dad. You know what my dad did when I went to Spokane? Did I tell you this? What he said to me?
Yes.
He's fat.
Yeah.
Did he called you out? Right?
Yeah. I took a picture with my college roommates.
Yes.
Booner and Wilkins, Pete Wilkins and Dan McKenna. So Booner and Wilkes, and so I take a picture with him, and my dad goes, he calls, he goes, "Man, that picture was great. It's awesome. It's cool that 2 of the 3 of you have stayed thin." And then he said, on top of it, just patronizing, he patted me on the head. He goes, "I'm sure you'll get it together." You did.
Wow. That is next level parenting by Poolside. Talk about knowing what buttons to push.
Oh, my gosh. That was just like a swift kick to the yarbles.
Right?
So
well, ever since then.
Yeah, then I was like, all right, it's time.
Poolside can still reach young Mark Schlereth.
Yes, Poolside still packs a punch.
The Nuggets last night take care of business. This was exactly the kind of game and opponent they needed. 124-96 over Philadelphia's G League team. Just
by the way, embarrassing by Philadelphia. That's one of the problems with the NBA. Can you imagine if that's what you saved up to go see? That's all. How expensive it is. If that's what you saved up, take your kid to. He's a huge Sixers fan or whatever, right? And that's the performance you got to see. I mean, I get the blowout. If you're a Nuggets fan, it's great. But that, I turned that thing off at halftime.
Oh, yeah.
This is
you knew.
Ridiculous. The lack of effort, like you said, the G League team that showed up, embarrassing.
Well, the Nuggets, who've been through a tough grind of late, you just need a breather win like that every once in a while. No starter played more than 27 minutes. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray took the fourth quarter off. It was a chance to empty the bench and pad some stats, get some guys some playing time. You're giving Tyus Jones 10 minutes. There you go. It's that kind of night. So they needed it, and we take a look at the standings, and coming down the stretch here, Nuggets are 42-27. They are basically tied for the fifth spot with Minnesota. They're 1 game behind Houston for the 4 spot in the loss column, 2 games behind the Lakers for that all-important 3rd seed if you want to get into the opposite side of the bracket from OKC. So that's That's where your sights are set here, as you've now played, 69, so you have 13 games left.
So the Lakers have climbed up to the 3rd seed?
Yeah, they've won 6 in a row.
Oh, my gosh. And we let them off the hook.
Let them off the hook.
I feel like Denny Green.
Let them off the hook.
We knew who they were.
Yep.
And we let them off the hook.
Let them off the hook.
That's
Meanwhile,
disgusting.
The Avs tonight have a big one. Big one. One of the bigger regular season games we've seen around here in a while, as the Avs host Dallas. And, of course, it was just a couple weeks ago they had that scintillating game in Dallas that the Avs won in a shootout. But the Avs have lost 3 of their last 4, and they're coming off an embarrassing 7-2 loss at home to Pittsburgh. And you know what this game affords us tonight? It's a regular season opportunity to kind of get a gut check from these guys.
Yeah.
See what they're made of.
Yeah,
See what they're made of after
I like that.
a sloppy stretch of hockey and an embarrassing loss the other.
We talked about it with the Nuggets.
And with Dallas breathing down your neck.
We talked about it with the Nuggets in the San Antonio game. Now, they didn't follow it up by beating the Lakers after they got up like 5 or 7 late in that fourth quarter, after trailing by 20. But we talked about it with San Antonio, and I had said it on the air, like, this is a gut check game. This is, like, I want to see how they respond. And they get down by double digits, deep in double digits. And, and they came back in that fourth quarter and responded. We felt pretty good about that win. Like I said, they didn't back it up against the Lakers. But this is, like, Dallas is a nemesis. Dallas is, like, they're big, they're physical, they'll lean on you. They don't try to match your game. They know who they are. Dallas is an identity-type team. I love that about them.
Careful.
Well, I love identity.
Careful.
I love
Careful.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, I'm not.
Learn from me.
Yeah, I'm not
young
trying
Mark
to.
Schlereth.
I'm not trying to say, hey, they're my favorite team, like Mike.
Never said that.
Mike.
Never said that.
You kind of.
I never said that.
Yeah, I
never said that.
You kind of alluded.
Nope.
You alluded.
Nope.
Alluded to it.
Nope. We are off and rolling. We've got a lot of national reaction pouring in to the Broncos trade for Jalen Waddle. And Mark will answer this question. What is your message to those who say the Broncos overpaid in the Jalen Waddle deal? That's next.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Jackson Hewitt will do your taxes for $149 or less, no matter how complicated. So if you're a delivery driver, /handyman, /wedding DJ, you pay only $149 or less. We're talking to you, waitress.
Check, please.
/pet sitter, /influencer. Just $149 or less. Want your refund to work as hard as you? Hurry. Don't wait. File with Jackson Hewitt today. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
In the big tourney, everything comes down to the buzzer. In business, the buzzer sounds when the lights go out. That's why commercial and industrial facilities trust Piper Electric. For over 40 years, they've delivered expert electrical construction, service and maintenance, fire alarm systems, and large-scale power distribution. Their licensed electricians are safety-driven, highly skilled, and built for complex projects. Starting a new project? Include Piper Electric in your bid process to save you time, money, and headaches along the way. Visit piperelectric.com.
Colorado! Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Guys, we've had the driest winter in decades, over 50 years in some areas, and that means a higher wildfire risk. Now's the time to protect your home. 5280 Exteriors installs fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance upgrades built to handle Colorado's extreme weather. Choose James Hardy siding, Timber Tech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows. Plus, get 60 months no-interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
High five. Up top.
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees.
If you're in love, you need to head to Williams Jewelers, where Bridal Fest continues.
Come shop all our top bridal designers, including Gabriel & Company, A. Jaffe, and Tacori. Over 2,000 of the latest engagement ring styles and wedding bands from Christian Bauer.
Along with our best, direct from the cutter, diamond prices of the season.
Listen to this. 3/4 carat diamonds from just $26.95.
Gorgeous 1 carats from just $39.95.
And natural 2 carat diamonds from an amazing $13,995.
Guys, during Bridal Fest, qualified buyers can get 1 year, 12-month financing interest free.
Plus, when you spend $5,000 or more during Bridal Fest, you'll receive a Yeti cooler as our gift.
So join us for Williams Jewelers Bridal Fest, March 17th through Saturday, March 21st at Williams Jewelers of Inglewood.
Where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Door Service. A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. There's never a good time for your garage door to break, whether you're rushing to work or you're trying to get the kids to school. We know how much you rely on your garage door. That's why we offer same-day repairs, because life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Over 90,000 5-star reviews don't happen by accident. They happen by putting people first. Fixing your garage door is what we do, but making your life easier and your home safer is why we do it. Families trust us because we deliver, and we'd be honored to earn your trust too. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Door Service today.
It's the College Hoops Showdown, wall-to-wall basketball, and zero time to mess with your lawn. At Waterloo Turf, they help Denver homeowners trade yard work for game time. No mowing, no watering, no mud on game day. Just a green championship-level lawn all season long. Perfect for watch parties, pets, and backyard hoops. From backyards to putting greens, Waterloo Turf installs premium artificial turf built for Colorado. Visit waterlooturf.com/Denver and book your free consultation. Waterloo Turf, get your Saturdays back, and don't miss the buzzer.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
Score big, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Sharp criticism.
Mark Schlereth a pansy.
Cries for help.
Dude, wake up.
No.
I need better from you.
And a little bit of tough love.
If the truth gives you a wedgie, then you know what? Buy better underpants.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hopefully, if you went hard yesterday for St. Patrick's Day. Am I talking too loud right now? Do you need me to kind of talk a little more soothing tones to match the pounding in your head right now?
What'd you do yesterday? Did you do anything for St. Patty's Day?
The guy
yesterday?
is drunk.
No.
Any grill?
We'll do something on Saturday. So yeah, the wife got the corned beef, the round.
Oh, really?
So that's going to be done up right with the cabbage and everything on Saturday.
Corned beef and cabbage.
Corned beef and cabbage.
I like cabbage.
I do too.
I'm a big cabbage fan. You ever go to Hawaii?
No.
You haven't been to Hawaii?
Never been to Hawaii.
You ever go to
I've
one
been
of
to
these?
Eugene, Oregon.
Yes.
In the
You
last
cross
couple
that
days.
off the list.
Cross that off the list.
Do you
Bucket
ever
list item.
Have you ever gone to like a one of these Hawaiian like kitchens? Where they have the kind of Hawaiian food.
Not really.
No. So there's like a couple of staples, but one of the staples in Hawaii, like my wife grew up there part time, and we had like a lot of kind of calabash aunts and uncles and all that stuff. My mother-in-law grew up in Hawaii. Kalua pig and cabbage.
You had me at pig.
Yes, Kalua pig and cabbage. Dude, I can eat Kalua pig and cabbage just like there ain't no tomorrow.
Remember the button. Remember the button.
I know. I'm just telling you. Kalua pig and cabbage is to die for.
Stoke off today. Anticipate him back at some point this week. But he is missed by some of you on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043, for example. Is it just me, or does this show not sound the same without that Louisiana twang?
No, we miss him. We miss him. We hope he's okay. Yeah, when Stoke wants his private time, whether he's taking time off or whether he's trying to rehab and rehabilitate from Cody attacks, he's like he lays low.
He does lay low,
except on X. Then he gets loose.
Don't you ever say that again.
Yeah,
I will smack you.
He gets loose.
He does get a little loose.
Interesting follow
in
the late night hours. I will just leave it at that.
Twitter is populated with idiots.
So, Mark, what would be your response? And there was a lot of this yesterday. The excitement of the Jalen Waddle trade tempered by the idea, did the Broncos give up too much? Our Andrew Mason at DenverSports.com did a deep dive into what the Broncos gave up for Jalen Waddle's production over the last few years compared to what Pittsburgh gave up for Michael Pittman and what Buffalo gave up for DJ Moore. DJ Moore going to Buffalo for a second-round choice. Michael Pittman going to Pittsburgh for a sixth-round choice. This despite the fact, as Mace pointed out, that if you go back since 2021, the start of Jalen Waddle's career, even since 2023, the last few years, Jalen Waddle lags and is behind Moore and Pittman in catches, yards, touchdowns, either behind or just, right there in the mix, but not clearly ahead of those other two. So
that's nerd stuff.
I won't get into all the numbers. Mace does a good job of breaking it all down. I invite you to check that out at DenverSports.com. But what would be your message to those who say that the Broncos overpaid?
Well, I think that, listen, one, I don't covet 30th overall picks like you guys covet 30th overall picks. So ultimately, this to me is you switched your first rounders for a guy in his prime. And so I would wash the first round deal. You got him for a third round pick, and you bumped up in your fourth round pick to almost the top of the fourth round. So I guess I look at it kind of that way. The other thing I would tell you is you got to understand that they chose in Indianapolis. They chose Alec Pierce. They chose Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce wasn't the go-to receiver there. He's more the big play guy, but they chose Alec Pierce over Pittman. Pittman's been the grinder. Pittman's a damn good football player. He really is. Pittman's more like Cortland. If you really look at what Pittman does in that Indianapolis system, he's more of a Cortland. He's not an over-the-top guy. He's a more of a physical, run those underneath routes, run those, the in the middle of the field routes, catch the ball on digs, basics, all that stuff. So they're two different type of players. And Pittman's a damn good player, but Pittman is not as dynamic a downfield, over-the-top player like Waddle is. I saw a stat. I think Waddle had the second most explosive catches in the league behind who was he? Oh, he's behind Smith and Jigba in Seattle. So I think what you have to understand is what you're getting there. And then I think the other thing is, who was the other receiver you talking? Oh,
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore. And DJ Moore's a really good player, but DJ Moore is more. DJ Moore to me is great, run after the catch and doing all that stuff. He's a good player. He's a little bit older, a little bit longer in the tooth, been around for a while. But I also have to when I rate a player like or judge a player like Waddle, I have to think of the situation in Miami the last 2 years. It has been an absolute mess. It's been a mess. And so he's still really productive in a very just dysfunctional situation. Tua was awful last year. And the year before, Tua was hurt so many games, they started like 4 guys that were like off the street guys. So you can look at the last 2 years. I would tell you, look at what he did production-wise in his first 3 years. That's who Jalen Waddle is more than what you've seen the last 2 years in a completely dysfunctional situation.
3,000-yard seasons, won over 1,300 yards.
Yeah, and I love him with the ball in his hands, ball after the catch. Somebody reached out to me yesterday and goes, well, he's a good route runner. He's dynamic. Like, shouldn't you just kept Jerry Jeudy? And then, I called.
Boy, they know what buttons to push.
Right. I called the guy an idiot and almost hung up on him. And then, then it was like when your parents just, scold you with just like, I was so disappointed.
Right.
I was just like, really.
Yell at me. Right. Yell at me, Mom and Dad. Don't say that. You're just disappointed at me in that somber voice.
He is all that's wrong with football. That's what I said.
Is that what you said?
Wrong with football. Everything that's wrong with football. That he embodies.
Every hoodie still catching strays from Mark Schlereth.
Everything that is wrong with like you look at Jalen Waddle, man. He's a football player. He'll run. He will run routes. He will run. The for the love of the game routes. He's got the ability to get over the top of your defense. He'll catch the ball in the middle of the field. He's just a really good player, and I think it was good for Miami. I understand that, but I think the Broncos got a great deal.
Yeah,
great deal.
And you have to also look at the finances involved. Mike Kliss said one reason, he put this out on Twitter, one reason the Broncos were willing to give up such a draft haul was Waddle's relatively team-friendly contract. He'll make $17 million this upcoming season, ranking him 21st among all NFL wide receivers, just behind Courtland Sutton, who's making $17.5, and then $24 million in 2027, which, with the cap going up exponentially over the next few years.
Right.
Anytime you have a receiver who's this productive and potentially this dynamic, making in the 20s, you got yourself a pretty good deal. Team-friendly deal.
Yeah, team-friendly deal. And I don't know how much of that goes against the Broncos cap because, he signed the big deal in Miami and how much dead money. I saw a stat yesterday that the Miami Dolphins are carrying in $175 million in debt. That's over half of the salary cap.
They're tanking.
Yeah.
They are tanking. Hey, tournament time is here, so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryan, Colorado, and Xfinity. Think you could pick the perfect bracket? We'll prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. One of our own said not only will Jalen Waddle be an impact player, but he'll be their most important player. You agree with that? That's next.
Jalen Waddle is a Denver Bronco. With Courtland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, and Pat Bryant in the room, where will the former Dolphin star rank among this year's pass catchers? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What is happening? Brandon Stokley here. You guys know that I played with some great teammates, and I played with a few who made life harder than it needed to be. If your financial advisor isn't communicating, isn't listening, or isn't putting your goals first, you don't have to accept that. Trajan Wealth Fiduciary Advisors are true teammates, transparent, collaborative, and committed to helping you build a plan that fits your life, your goals, and your needs. They'll walk you through your options, help you understand your investments, and make sure you're not left on the bench when it comes to your money. That's what I love about my friends at Trajan Wealth. It's one thing to save for retirement. It's another to feel ready for it. You deserve someone who has your back. If your teammate isn't being a team player, call my friends at Trajan Wealth today. 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100. They have locations in Broomfield, Greenwood Village, and Loveland. Call 720-204-8100, or you can find them online at TrajanWealth.com. That's TRAJAN Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, SEC registered investment advisor, client, paid advertisement, additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I lost 60 pounds a few years ago with SodaWeightLoss.com, and it's never coming back. I am never gaining that weight back because I learned how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat with SodaWeightLoss.com. You can join Soda for a short time that have results that last a lifetime. Call them up at 1-866-800-SODA. That's 1-866-800-SODA. Or go online to SodaWeightLoss.com. And I lost those 60 pounds, and I'm never going back because of the personalized touch that SodaWeightLoss.com gives you with a personal nutritionist that's always available via text when you have questions, you have concerns. Sometimes you just need encouragement on your weight loss journey. Have a friend there. Have your personal nutritionist there for you. It's SodaWeightLoss.com. It's changed my life. I look and feel 10 years younger, and I love it. You'll love it too. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. Again, call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. Join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. At SodaWeightLoss.com. SOTA is, say it with me, state of the art.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply STOP to opt out.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn competitive pay for the ride you complete, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 15 years old, a clean driving record, and caregiving experience with children, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text CAR to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text CAR to 323232 right now. Text CAR to 323232 and start earning boosted rates per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's CAR to 323232. Text CAR to 323232 now.
When water, fire, or mold turn your home upside down, don't panic.
Bring Able to the table.
Able Restoration responds fast, secures your property, and handles everything from mitigation to full rebuild. One call, one team, start to finish. They work with your insurance, communicate clearly, and treat your home like it's their own. Because when it's time to protect what matters most, don't just hire anyone.
Bring Able to the table.
Call 303-590-5600.
Hey guys, your boy Snake here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean I'm sitting around waiting for the spring. I'm planting the yard, moving dirt, getting things ready for what's next. My friends at Beaux Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, they're doing their cleaning right now too. It's the Not So Winter event. Between everyday driving, busy schedules, and everything life throws at you, your vehicle works hard. And if you've been thinking about upgrading, now's the time to clean up your driveway and drive something new. Only at Beaux Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet. The Not So Winter event going on right now.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture than at Woodley's. Visit woodleys.com today.
Music history.
I've now baptized you in the glory of Led Zeppelin.
Brutal honesty.
Today's just been a bad day for you, Mike. I don't know how else to put it.
And some questionable taste.
I do not heat up leftovers.
Oh, my
I only eat
God.
leftovers cold.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Wednesday Hump Day. Good to have you with us. 6 a.m. listeners. Best of the bunch here on The Fan. You know it. We know it. Wear it with pride, swagger. When you walk around today, you're a 6 a.m. listener. I love it when we're out and about, whatever we're doing, and people will come up and they'll say hi and they'll introduce themselves as 6 a.m. listener.
Right. Oh, yeah. All
or
the time.
Not an 8 a.m. listener.
I get that one a lot. Not an 8 a.m. I'm a 6 a.m. guy. 6 a.m. listeners. Pride. Just pride. You know, up early, up before the dawn, little victories. You know, going to work in the dark, making America work. They are the grease.
They are
in the gears.
Yes.
Of America.
6 a.m. listeners, you're the grease in the wheels.
You are.
Yes.
You are.
You're right. You're right. By the way, when we flew into Eugene last week, and was picking up the rental car, and a guy walked over, introduced himself, said he's a big listener of the show, been listening to the show for a decade.
Really?
And
that's cool.
Used to be in Fort Collins, moved out to Oregon, and continues to listen faithfully. So,
and that it's
that's
amazing.
Awesome.
It is amazing. I get that all the time. Like everywhere I'm at, like you get Denver people transplanted somewhere else that say, "Hey, dude, listen to you every morning." You and Mike and Stoke, and and they're all like, "Stoke's a great addition to the show," and it's cool, man. It really is. It's quite the honor.
Yes, it is. And you know what he said? What I also get a lot of. Your head's not nearly as big as Mark and Stoke make it out to be. I'm like, yes, I know. It's a
stop the cap.
It's a burden I carry.
Right.
Not my head. The claims against it.
Again, it still means yes, it's glorious. Yes, it is huge, but it's not as huge. Well, like a caricature, when somebody makes a caricature of you, and they're going to over accentuate your head,
right.
which says to you, "Oh, I've got a big head." Like if you had a big nose,
right.
They would over accentuate it because it is big. So it's what they're telling you is, yes, your head is glorious. Yes, it is a massive dome, but it's not as massive as I thought it might be. It's not alien. You're not alien-like.
So in the aftermath of the Jalen Waddle trade and the euphoria, because this story broke late in our show, so Dover and Cecil came in and they immediately picked up the baton, and Cecil was stoked for it.
Oh yeah.
He said something interesting, and I by no means am here to refute it, bash it. I'm just kind of curious if you agree with it. He said he believes this Broncos offense is now going to run through Jalen Waddle, that he is now the featured part of this offense. He's like the first option, the first look.
If you look at Jalen Waddle and you look at the way a defense would look at you, Mike. So, like when I'm studying film, when I'm getting prepped for a game, you can tell a lot about what a team thinks if you based upon the way they play you. So, when you look at the Broncos, okay? Just point blank, look at the Broncos. Tell me what's the most threatening part of the offense. Is it the run game? No. Is it your tight ends in the middle of the field or your slots in the middle of the field?
Nope.
No. Is it your receivers outside? Is it Cortland Sutton?
Nope.
So Cecil, I think, is 100% right. The feature guy or the guy that becomes the one dude that you can't let beat you is Jalen Waddle. He's the one that's the most threatening from the standpoint of being able to beat you over the top, all the big plays that he can make, how he runs with the ball once it's in his hands. So now all of a sudden, if that's the guy in critical moments that you're going to roll coverage to, what does it do for you for the rest of the team, right? Well, you can't get the safety down on that side because you got to keep him over the top because this guy can really run. So then it becomes a math equation. It becomes a numbers game. All right, so the safety can't come down on that side. What does that give us? That gives us a weak side. That gives us a number advantage on that side. Whether we want to run a gap or a zone, bring a fullback over, run force, whatever it is, like it gives us numbers advantage from a run standpoint on that side of the field. Okay, so now all of a sudden, what do we get advantage in passing game? Well, the opposite side, you should get a one-on-one because you should be able to get into 3-by-1 and get a one-on-one on Cortland Sutton. Or, hey man, our tight ends now are going to run a little bit more freely through the middle of the football field because we got a safety on that side of the field that's probably going to try to stay on top of Jalen Waddle. So you got a lot of there's a lot. Hey, when we get into a cover 3, when we force them into some type of cover 3, where's that safety going to be leaning? Like those safeties always cheat. It's like a 60-40. They're not always in the middle of the field. Where they go is kind of a 60-40 into the strength.
So
the passing strength. They'll cheat that side a little bit.
So the idea that this offense will run through Jalen Waddle, not necessarily will it be reflected in numbers where Waddle is clearly the top producing pass catcher, but just the idea that it'll run through Waddle and what it'll create for everybody else.
Sure, and certainly there'll be a lot of plays that designed for Waddle and all that kind of stuff, trying to get him one-on-one and all that stuff. But there is not a guy. I always talk about this with pass rushers because it's my wheelhouse. You get one dude that you can. If you only have one dude that's a threat as a pass rusher, pretty easy to have a pretty good day as an offense in general, as far as shutting that down. You get two dudes that can rush the passer, now we got issues, right? And if you have a dude, right, in your 5 eligibles, you got a guy that demands attention, well, what it does for you is somewhere you're going to have one-on-ones, whether it's the back or the tight end or the other receiver and stuff. And I go back to what Mike Shanahan said my first year here playing for the Denver Broncos. You can't beat one-on-one, you'll be selling cars at John Elway's dealership.
Some reaction from our great 6 a.m. listeners. Longtime listener from Loveland, now in Springfield, South Dakota.
Wow.
Listening to you guys. Thank you very much.
The Dakotas chiming in.
Listened in Florida for the last 8 years. He just moved back to northern Colorado.
All right.
We followed the shadow of Mike's head to get back. I was like the North Star.
Yes, you were. You were like the eclipse. When the eclipse happens, that's when you go north. Northwest.
Tony K., if I listen faithfully from Ohio, am I a 6 or 8 a.m. listener? Oh, no. If you're listening, I don't care where you're listening.
Right.
You can be listening in Australia right now. If you're listening right now, you are a 6 a.m. listener.
Yeah, regardless of what part of the country. We're on. Yeah, we're on Mountain Time. So you come in at the beginning of the show, Mountain Time, you're a 6 a.m.er.
Boom. Coming up next, what the NFL world is saying about the Jalen Waddle trade, including two of our go-to NFL analysts in Joel Clatt and Dan Orloski. We even got Nick Wright to weigh in on this deal. I mean, is he going to be the turd in the punch bowl? Well, listen and find out next.
Do the Denver Broncos have a new dynamic duo at wide receiver?
Cortland's the X, into the boundary, on the line of scrimmage. Waddle's the Z, off the line of scrimmage, fast, in and out of breaks. This is Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
I come bearing good news if you're currently being pressured, harassed by the IRS. Even if this is not a good time for you financially, it may be the best time to work out a resolution, a compromise with the IRS. That is the advice of Todd Whalen, the founder of Advanced Tax Solutions, who has made it his life's work to help his clients out of jams with the IRS. I've met the clients, heard the stories, legendary resolutions, saving people thousands and thousands of dollars, not to mention all that stress and anxiety. Battling the IRS is no picnic. Tax levies, tax debt, back taxes, or any other type of tax problem. It doesn't matter how you got here. It's all about finding a solution and getting back in the system. It'll be a lot easier having Advanced Tax Solutions by your side. Over 50 years of experience dealing with all the complex details and changes in the tax codes and all the Colorado-specific laws. You can learn more about Advanced Tax Solutions by checking out one of their free online workshops to help you better understand how to fix your tax problem. Call 303-753-6040 and at advancedtaxsolutions.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3, The Fan.
Imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs change, kids grow, new memes will come out. But what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and a price that didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most. That finds and fixes any issue before you even notice them. It's like super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. You get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, your devices will be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, no strings. So even though your kids will grow up, your internet is going to stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. Plus, get online in minutes with the same-day Wi-Fi. All with Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price, unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply, select plans only.
When you want a new car, you want it now. That's why AutoNation moves at the speed of savings. Right now, put your tax refund to work at AutoNation. Even drive with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. No speed bumps, no detours, just great prices on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save on thousands of vehicles with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. Act fast, save now at your nearest AutoNation store. 60-month max term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 3/31/26.
Spring weather is unpredictable. You never know which way you'll be adjusting your thermostat unless you have the right windows. And that's why with WindowNation.com, you can count on your home being comfortable regardless of the weather. Their windows are customizable and energy efficient. Expert installers take just 1 day, and Window Nation products are backed by a lifetime warranty. There's no better time to upgrade with Window Nation. In March, the more you buy, the more you could save. Up to 50% off all window styles. Visit WindowNation.com for your free consultation today.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
Score big. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Progressive presents ways to save money that aren't bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive.
Thanks again for taking me to the game, man. I can't wait to get in there. By the way, what's in the bag?
Oh, I bring my own hot dog and peanuts. Saves a ton.
Savvy. And what about the beach chairs?
Why buy seats when you can save big and bring your own?
We can't get in without tickets.
tickets. What do you think the portable TV is for?
Don't save money pretending to go to the game. You could save hundreds by switching to Progressive. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Every March, are brackets the only thing you can think about? Do you have symptoms such as constant bracket obsession or moderate to severe bracket-related distractions? You may be living with bracket brain. Thankfully, there's ESPN Tournament Challenge, the #1 proven way to treat bracket brain right at the source. So this March, download the ESPN Tournament Challenge app, fill out your men's bracket, and get you and your brain in the game. ESPN Tournament Challenge. Play the #1 bracket game. Presented by Allstate.
Self-appointed nicknames.
Obviously, I am the hockey guy at this station.
Grammar lessons.
High five, Fama Jamma.
And Oscar-worthy impressions.
My version was, get off my plane.
Okay.
Yours was,
get off my plane. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Stoke off today. He's fine, by the way. Some of you were asking, is Stoke okay? He did not run afoul of Cody.
No, or the law. Yeah, these are just...
The guy is drunk.
Some scheduled
or
days
the Twitter
off.
police or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah.
And good chance we see him again this week. So
a little scheduled time off. He needs some time off.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. So... the NFL world weighing in on the Jalen Waddle trade. Let's get right to it because a couple of our guys that we love and leaned on so heavily during the course of the football season as our NFL analysts, Joel Clatt and Dan Orloski. Here was what Joel had to say about the Waddle trade as he was on with Kay Adams. So you know he was just spitting nothing but truth.
Yeah.
They don't need another guy like Courtland Sutton because I actually, watching all the Bronco games, I don't think Nix and Sutton have gelled to the point that people thought that they would gel because Nix is a point guard and Sutton is an outside the numbers wide receiver. And so their games are not totally suited for one another. I think Waddle is much more suited to a Bo Nix and, frankly, a Sean type of offense. And this is going to help them be better and help Sutton be better because now he's not going to have to be the focal point of the passing game and Nix will be able to be a point guard, which I think he is better at. We saw this with Sam Darnold and JSN. We've seen it with several others.
That's an interesting description of Bo as a quarterback. Do you see that same kind of basketball analogy there?
Yeah, I think some of that for Joel and what he's talking about is some of that is a lot of what the NFL offenses have become. So, I mean, when you start to diminish the run game, then it's hard from a protection standpoint to protect all the time. And, you know, it's really funny. I talked to this about Gruden when I was out there with Gruden, like the amount of 7-step drops, nobody runs it anymore because you can't hold up. If you run a 7-step drop, it's max protection. You know, it's a 2-man route with a late man leaking out into the flat. That's what you're running. And so he's 100% right, but that's the NFL. That's the style of football that the NFL has adapted to because that's the player you get out of college nowadays.
Yeah, but what I heard there, though, and I know he posed it as a compliment, but does this maybe explain a little bit of the issues that Bo's had as a deep ball thrower? And is he going to be able to become that kind of dominant deep ball thrower, or is he a spread the ball around like a point guard?
Well, I mean, if your offense is scheduled to spread the ball around, that's kind of what you are. The issue is, are you going to progress as a pure drop back guy? And yes, we've seen that. We saw that late in the season. I think that's one of the reasons that when they get behind and they start getting to 2-minute, one of the reasons that Bo flourishes is because he gets to become the distributor, the point guard. You know, that's more into his wheelhouse. I think the other thing that happens to Bo in those situations is you limit the offense. Anytime you're in 2-minute, man, you're really running a handful of plays that are in your offense. You know, and so you're just kind of running some of the same stuff, maybe different formations, but it's hurry up. So there's not a lot of there's not a lot of variation. There's not a lot of switching of personnel groups. There's not. You're just on the ball. So you don't have time to do all that stuff. And then it becomes, here's our 5 basic plays we like in 2 minutes. And that's what you're running. And that's where the execution becomes, hey, if we can out-execute you, it doesn't matter what you're in. We're just going to outplay you.
I'll get to what Dan Orloski had to say in a minute, but I wanted to make sure you got to hear what Nick Wright, Denver's nemesis.
I
think he's a bum.
Kansas City-based, always looks to take his shots at Denver sports teams. So what does he have to say about this Jalen Waddle trade?
I like that for Denver. I like Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
We've never really seen Waddle as, we saw him as a number
contender?
one early in his career. I think his first year before they got Tyreek, and he had 100 catches for 1,000 yards. Is really interesting because his rookie year, he had a bunch of catches, but was very low yards per catch. And then his second year with Tyreek, he had 30 fewer catches and 350 more yards. And his yards per catch went from 9.8 to 18.1. He's a really good player. And he's still young. He's 27 years old. He's on a reasonable contract. Like, fair is fair. That's a good trade for Denver. I like that.
Man. If you're getting the endorsement from Nick Wright,
yeah,
let's throw a parade.
Right. I mean, that any of you that had any doubt whether this was a good trade or not, any of you that were like, oh, he gave up too much, right? Oh, Miami, he hasn't been productive the last couple of years. That right there, that should get you off the ledge. That should get you back off the ledge into the window and into the safety of the first responders. You should be in good shape right now, because if Nick Wright praises the Broncos, you know how hard that is for him. That is like choking down a turd sandwich for Nick Wright.
So you know it's good.
Yeah. You know it's good. I'm just telling you.
I know. You can't get a better endorsement than that. I wish I didn't.
Anything Denver.
I wish I didn't need Nick Wright to give the endorsement to feel better.
If Nick Wright praises Denver in any way, shape, or form, you know that it's probably about 10 times better than he's making it out to be, because he hates Denver.
What did Dan Orloski have to say about this trade? We'll get to that. The Nuggets get a much, much needed blowout win. Why was it so important? And Av Stars with a monster showdown tonight. What are the keys to opening up a little bit more breathing room in that suddenly tight Central Division race? That's next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado, and Xfinity. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, I'm getting that itch, putting together my list of spring projects and home improvements. If you're doing the same, put looking into new windows from Bluebird Windows and Doors on top of that list. If you're in a house that's part of the neighborhood built in the 80s, 90s, even 2000s, good chance you're ready for a window upgrade that will give you instant upgrades in operation, security, noise reduction, energy savings, and they'll flat out make your house look good. The envy of the neighborhood. I know that feeling. Nobody does it better than Bluebird Windows in Colorado, because they are Colorado through and through. Locally owned and operated since 2006. Over 40 years of experience in business that long, because they provide only the best windows with the best warranties and the best workmanship and professionalism that leads to repeat customers and positive word of mouth. Reach out to my guy Brian at Bluebird. Talk windows and cheer him up a bit. He's a huge skier. This season's been a bummer. Get to know Bluebird Windows with this special offer. Buy one window and get another 50% off through March 31st. Mention my name and get an additional 5% off. Just call 303-810-2888 and at gobluebirdco.com.
What is happening, fellas? Stoke here from my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Fellas, sex, intimacy, and love are essential to fulfilling relationships, right? Erectile dysfunction can take a serious toll, stilling enjoyment, weakening intimacy, and placing stress on partners that can feel overwhelming. But ED doesn't have to continue impacting your relationship. My friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic can get you taken care of. Jeff and his team, they're the absolute best. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can have you last an hour or more. And my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, their treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade, and they have successfully treated tens of thousands of men. If ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to the sex, intimacy, and love that bring you closer together. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic has 5 locations right here in Colorado to serve you. Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. Call them 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900, or you can find them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. N.A. member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I'm Rob Wilhite. A car accident can change everything in a moment. For almost 50 years, my firm has gone up against insurers and won over $1 billion for our clients. If you were hit, don't wait. Evidence fades, witnesses disappear, and the insurance companies know that. We move fast, you should too. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or go to WillHiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WillHiteWins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most. The Wilhite Law Firm, Colorado Strong. WillHiteWins.com.
Ah, now that it's nice outside, I can't wait to spend time at my favorite outdoor oasis right in my own backyard. With my custom built-in grill island, comfy patio furniture, and blazing fire pit from O.W. Lee, I may never want to leave. Hi, this is Keith Lair with Lair Fireplace and Patio to let you know that we'd love to help you create your very own outdoor oasis in your backyard. Lairs offers the widest variety of top-quality O.W. Lee furniture and fire pits. With a great selection of in-stock items along with our custom ordering process, you can choose the exact style and color that will make your patio sizzle this summer. Lairs also sells the top names in quality barbecue grills and accessories to help you create an outdoor kitchen that will be the envy of your neighborhood. Lair Fireplace and Patio is Denver's oldest, most trusted name in barbecues and outdoor furniture. Family owned and operated since 1954. Go to LairFireplacePatio.com and see why O.W. Lee is the most sought after name in quality outdoor furniture and fire pits. That's Lair Fireplace and Patio, Denver's outdoor room experts.
Visit any of Lair Fireplace and Patio's beautiful showrooms.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 1823334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Having trouble sleeping? Visit Mattress Firm during the Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Their sleep experts will help find your perfect bed. They make sleep easy.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders, it's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces St. Joseph starting at 8:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Listener appreciation.
Our RamosLaw.com texters always answer the bell.
Mentorship.
You can't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Yeah. And words of wisdom.
Don't let my confidence offend your insecurity.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Hump Day. Welcome to it. Got Mark Schlereth here. Stoke off today. I think we'll see him at some point this week. He's fine. He's fine. He's good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Some people asked, did he, is he fighting off the effects of a rabies shot?
Right.
No.
He might have gone.
Nothing like that.
He might have gone. We don't know. We're not 100%. It's like Stoke don't like his business in the street, so he didn't even tell us. He just says, hey, I'm be gone for a couple of days. He doesn't let us know. Right. I wonder if he went like on a crocodile hunt. Like Crocodile Dundee. You know what I'm saying?
Back in Louisiana?
Yeah, back in Louisiana. He's on one of them
fan boats?
Yeah,
or P-Rose?
Or P-Rose, and he's just paddling through a swamp somewhere looking for gators. At nighttime, if you shine your little flashlight, their eyes are red. Ooh. And you can like, oh, there's a big one. And Stoke. I mean, you never know. You never know what he's doing.
I do not have cruising through a backwoods Louisiana bayou on my bucket list of things to do in my life.
No.
Not really interested.
Oregon, yes.
Yes.
Backwoods bayou, no.
Sipping wine on a veranda at a vineyard. That's how they call them out there.
Vineyard?
Not vineyards.
Oh, really?
Vineyard.
You're the worst.
Is much more enjoyable than schlepping through a Louisiana bayou.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you. We're continuing to get reaction from you, but also from the NFL world to the Broncos' big acquisition of Jalen Waddle. And our own guy, our own NFL analyst throughout the course of the season, Dan Orloski, weighing in on ESPN.
It was the number one hole for this football team. This is a championship caliber roster, and there's a case to be said. They don't really have a hole outside of like that true number one receiver that's a vertical guy. Courtland Sutton's been their number one guy, very good player, but he's a big-bodied person. And then you have younger players like Franklin and Bryant, but they're not really at that level. And Mims is a dynamic kind of gadget guy. Jalen Waddle's a one. And so this makes so much sense for Denver, because if you're Denver, you're sitting there at the 30th pick, and we're in an area where people are saying this isn't the greatest first class potentially of all time. What player was Denver going to take at 30 that was going to truly impact this football team? It didn't exist. And so that's why for Denver to take that pick, send it to Miami, and get a true vertical stretch wide receiver, essentially with the 30th pick of the draft, and this draft for a team that is a championship caliber team, it's a no-brainer and a very good move for Denver.
I love what he said there. I love the whole breakdown of Waddle and breakdown of the football team and the hole. I would disagree with him. There's another hole. There's the tight end hole.
Yes,
is a real hole.
That's a bigger hole
than
that
a
to
me,
stretch wide receiver.
Yeah, but he's right about a Waddle and being a kind of a number one guy, vertical stretch guy, a guy that and he runs everything, man. He's a great route runner. There's a lot of times when you get young receivers like a Mims or like a Franklin, and they've got to learn. Mims, and I know, hey, Mims was a guy as a fourth rounder. There's a reason he's a fourth rounder. He can run, but he had a very limited route tree, right? And he continues to expand on that route tree and get better and better and better. And good job by him and Mims. I love the gadget guy. The gadget guy description, and he could take the top off the coverage, but he's a limited player as well. Whereas now you open up the entirety of the route tree with Jalen Waddle. There's nothing you can, like when you're playing against Mims, you got, hey man, just can't get beat over the top. But you're not really worried about him breaking you down in coverage, getting on your toes, breaking out of it, and all of a sudden being wide open, for a underneath crossing dig type of route back into the middle of the football field. You're not worried about Mims with that. So you eliminate those things in your head when you're playing against that guy. Hey, he can't do this. So I'm going to eliminate that, and I'm going to funnel him into the places that I want him to be, and it gives me an advantage from a coverage standpoint. You can't do that with Waddle. The other thing I believe that Pat Bryant is the next, he's the next most pure, complete receiver. And I think you'll see Pat Bryant make a move into the slot for them as a guy that can do a lot, and a little bit bigger body, obviously, but he's a guy that I think they have a lot of faith in. So this is a huge, huge upgrade. I mean, a huge upgrade. And like I said, I would disagree with Dan in that I think there's a hole in the tight end, something that, a guy that gives you the duality to say, we don't know if you're running the ball or we don't know if you're passing the ball. But I think this is a big move by the Broncos.
All right. So good to hear from Dan Orloski. So you disagree with Dan. I wonder what Dan thinks about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what he thinks. I'm sure he has a thought. He would have a thought.
Oh, yeah. Dan is always going to be.
I'm trying to buy
if
time.
I said, hey,
Never
Dan.
mind, Ty.
Get your head out of your ass.
All right. Come on.
It took a while. Ty's got a board full of.
He does. He's got a
he would have that loaded if Dan was joining the program.
Correct.
That would have been loaded.
It's a vast playbook. It's like AI Ty's drop board is bigger, if you can believe it, than Sean's playbook.
Yes.
And play sheet.
Yeah. I will say this though.
Elite.
The drop that has just had me giggling is when I talk about, Travis Etienne now, not Etienne, but Achane, excuse me. Travis Achane, not Etienne. And I said, they were trying to replace him during the season with Bashal Tootin. It's my favorite.
I mean, it's just.
Ty knows what an idiot I am.
I know. Well, it's not just you.
Sometimes he turns me off and stuff, and he goes after me, but I like that.
No guy listens to that and is like, I come to you for more highbrow commentary.
Oh, there's a few.
I don't need to hear that. Really? You think so?
There's a few.
Come on. I don't know.
There's a few.
I would like to think that every guy, and maybe some of the ladies listening to us, enjoy that.
I think
enjoy a good toot sound.
If your dad is disgusted by that, you really have two moms.
All right. The Nuggets get a much-needed blowout win. Boy, after that 6-game grind that they went through, to be able to get Philadelphia's G League team, much needed.
You talk about rolling over.
Well, hey, listen, I'm not going to apologize.
No,
I mean,
no.
Path of least resistance. Thanks, Philly, because Nuggets needed this.
That was a night off.
Yeah.
That was a flat-out night off. By the way, I like those uniforms. The dark with the kind of the rainbow. Yeah, and I like those uniforms a lot.
Yeah, they're slimming too.
Right.
For
guys like Canadian Bacon. I mean,
no. Canadian Bacon looks slim in everything.
No, he looks ultra. That is that's like even cutting out turkey bacon.
Yeah,
like he
looks
looks
very
good.
slimming for Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic.
And I'm not taking any shots at Jokic. He's a stud. Okay, kid. I'm just saying.
I still don't like his
favorable.
arms.
Boy, they are. He has a cut now. Do you see that one?
Oh,
Usually
yeah.
it's like on his bicep, tricep.
Right.
This thing was up near the top of his arm, shoulder area.
Yeah.
He's just getting
you know
clawed.
what? Because they opened back up Circus Club.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, and so
what happens in Circus Club? Can you talk about Circus Club?
We can't talk about it, but there's been some bear wrestling going on. Part of the rehab.
You were mentioning Pat Bryant, Marvin Mims.
Yeah.
I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. with the arrival of Jalen Waddle, is there now a odd man, odd receiver out, or can everybody still eat? That's next.
With the Dallas Stars on their heels in the Central Division, do the Avs need to ride the hot hand at goaltender?
This is such an unbelievably talented team, and they've pushed their chips into the middle to win a cup. And I'm loyal to a point, but if Wedgwood continues to play better than him, come playoff time, you've got to make that switch.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here for my buddy Troy Hansford, talking about the housing market over this last couple of years. It's gone from one of the hottest it's ever been to prices declining, just a boatload of inventory, something people haven't seen in quite some time here in Denver, Colorado. So if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now's the time to sell it. Still get top dollar. Believe it or not, he's still offering his $5,000 guarantee. If you can't sell your house at the price you guys agree upon, plus the timeline that you agree upon, he's going to cut you a check for $5,000. Come on, who else makes that offer? The answer is absolutely nobody. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings. He's got about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if you have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and give him a call, 720-900-4433. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money, 720-900-4433. That's 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app
that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right, you can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BACK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BACK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank. That's code BACK5 to get up to a $5 bonus on your first tank.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your help.
Score big. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Delusional confidence.
I'm tougher than Mark.
Strong detective work.
Something was way off with him, like some kind of bad gummy bear or something. I don't know. It was just
Gummy bear.
And personal hygiene.
Holy Moses. The guy's excited about showering.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Stoke Up Today will be back here in the next couple of days.
He doesn't let us know exactly when he's coming back.
Exactly.
He
keeps things close to the vest.
Oh, yeah, he really does. He's a very, very private individual.
Yes, except on Twitter.
Then he lets some of his feelings be known.
Yeah.
Only when he's getting a little loose.
Kind of wears it on his sleeve a little bit.
The guy is drunk.
Yeah, he will.
Oh, there you go.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, so many different threads to this whole Jalen Waddle acquisition. And does it mean that there's now a wide receiver, there's an odd man out? And we, prior to this deal going down, were, kind of promoting and pumping up the idea that, the Broncos really like their wide receiver room and they really like their young wide receivers. Has that changed? Does this signal a change? Is there an odd man out? And who is it?
Well, does it change? I don't know. I mean, I think that you're looking at a competition between, I think Mims goes back to the Mims rule. And you know that Sean likes to use a lot of different guys, but Mims is going to be that bubble screen guy. Mims is going to be the jet sweep guy, the orbit reverse guy, that he is going to be a gadget
and the returner.
Guy. And the returner, which is a huge role, and he's a Pro Bowl returner. So, listen, that's going to be his role. So I don't think it really changes. It changed a little bit when they lost Pat Bryant, and he got a little playing time in the playoffs and throughout the end of the season. But so I think it'll go back to the normal role that it's in. And then it comes down to, who do you believe in more? Do you believe in – I think Pat Bryant becomes a guy – that's a little bit more versatile, that is not as one-dimensional, that can run a multitude of routes. And now I don't have to be the lift at the top of coverage guy, which Troy Franklin was, because now you've got Jalen Waddle. So I think if anybody is going to lose time, it's going to be Troy Franklin. But here's the other thing I would tell you, Mike. What if you're a team out there come draft time and you need a lift the top, a dude that can run a go? Does Troy Franklin become trade bait like Devon Vele was last year? Does he become a guy that you would be willing?
Got me yelling now.
You would be willing to move on from? And that's a question you have to ask yourself, because I don't think there's any not in my mind. There's no question, and it's just reading the tea leaves and seeing how things work. I don't think there's any question that Sean really, I think he likes Troy Franklin, but I think he really, really, really likes Pat Bryant.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? The versatility?
I like Pat.
I think the versatility. I think, Sean loves size. And Waddle's a little guy. Waddle's not a big dude. But Pat's got some size, some versatility. Pat, when he was running, and he was playing last year, especially toward the end, he's the guy that's in the middle of the field, running some slot stuff, taking the underneath coverage, sitting down in zones. When he gets his man-to-man opportunities, he can win on the options and all that stuff. Like I just feel like that's a dude. And I know Sean from the standpoint of he believes, especially in red zone and critical downs, the edge of the football field are captured by bigger players. And he's got a big one in Cortland. And now all of a sudden, especially with the versatility of Waddle, now all of a sudden you get into a critical situation. Pat can play outside, and you can motion Waddle into the middle of the football field. Like there's a lot of different things you can do, but I just feel like Waddle and Troy Franklin are in similar body types, and I just think that Waddle has the entirety of the route tree where Franklin doesn't.
But boy, Troy Franklin, not only from the eye test, but also the numbers, made a big leap. And that's one of the reasons why I'm reluctant to grade a rookie, because I want to see how he handles that first NFL offseason. What did he learn about being a rookie? What did he learn about being an NFL player? How does he apply it to that second year? And you're talking about a guy who went from 28 catches to 65 catches.
Sure.
From 263 yards to 709 yards, from 2 touchdowns to 6 touchdowns. I mean, there's no reason to think that this guy, that his arrow isn't still going up.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting that, hey, you got to get rid of the guy. Like, I think there's a competition there, but let's face it. If somebody comes to you,
and he's only 22.
Yeah, if somebody comes to you and says, hey, man, like I loved Devon Vele. I loved his size. His issue was he was older and he kept getting tweaked. He kept getting hurt, right? But if somebody comes to you come draft time, and this is the beauty of where the Broncos are right now. And the beauty of where the Broncos are right now is Troy Franklin has played himself into a valuable position, a valuable role where, you could regain a third rounder. You could get your third rounder back if that's a direction you want to go in. And so it just is, it gives you, all I'm saying is this trade not only was a great trade for the Broncos, and it gives you kind of a guy that I think takes pressure off of everybody else and truly becomes kind of the number one target. And on top of that, gives you options with the rest of your roster and how you want to construct it and how you want to go into training camp. And if somebody comes and blows your doors off. So, Mike, let me ask you a question. You drafted him as a fourth rounder. You developed him. You've spent time with him. You like him. He still occasionally drops the ball. Still is not, I don't think, has the entirety of, you don't trust him to have the entirety of the route tree or the offense. And now all of a sudden you get a guy that can replace him. If somebody comes and blows you away, like, okay, let's play a game. I love games.
You love games.
Okay.
We have time for a game.
All right, let's play a game. I'll be the Saints. The Saints need receivers.
We're going to fleece them again, huh?
We're going to get them again.
All right, good.
The Saints call.
We got him on Vele.
Don't worry. Yeah, we did. I mean, totally got him on Vele.
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden, I'll be Mickey Loomis.
Okay.
General manager of the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
And you be George Payton. Okay?
F yes.
F yes.
Bring, 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 bring,
okay.
bring.
Hey,
you
note to my assistant, change my ringtone. Okay. Yes.
Oh.
Hello.
Do you have a ringtone in there? You have a phone ringing?
That was an interesting ringtone. I can't believe that George
Maybe
Payton's
Ty,
ringtone is that.
AI Ty, what do you think George Payton's ringtone would be? If you're George Payton, what would your ringtone be? Like Top Gun?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Like a Top Gun?
Iceman. Like he probably thinks of himself as kind of like the Iceman
like
of NFL GMs.
Yeah.
You know?
Like the first, yeah.
You know? He's not going to take the shot until he's ready.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Sean's Maverick.
Sean is Maverick.
George is Iceman. Okay? Very methodical.
Okay, you got a ring? You got a ringer? Like I'm calling?
No,
okay. Come on.
All right,
so
hello.
So, hey, oh wait a minute, I got to do a Cajun accent, right?
All right.
I don't know how to.
Just think about Stoke.
All right. My groin's tight. My groin's tight.
Good.
My groin's a little tight, and I was thinking.
Use that as your muse.
Yeah, I was thinking about George. I was thinking See here.
Okay, now you've morphed into Foghorn Leghorn, but that's
no,
okay.
I like Foghorn Leghorn. Okay. See here. It is Mickey Loomis on the phone.
There you go. That's better. That's better.
Mickey would like to talk to you, George, about the potential of one of your wide receivers now that you have traded for Jalen Waddle. We need help. What would be the asking price for a guy like Troy Franklin?
Troy Franklin. Okay, so we're talking about the Saints, still a rebuilding team, just like you got for Vele. Their pick now in the 4th round is pretty high in the 4th round. It'd have to be a 3rd rounder, and that could potentially be a top 10 to 12 pick in the 3rd round. That's the minimum, Mickey.
A 3rd rounder. I think that
suddenly I have a craving for sweet tea.
Yeah, I think. Let me take a sip of my sweet tea.
Well, I'm dead.
I think I could swing a 3rd rounder your way for the right to bring Troy Franklin and have an over-the-top threat here in New Orleans for our new young quarterback.
Yeah, I would
Shock.
Yes.
Yeah, I Iceman George Payton would I think agree
I think
with
so.
that. Yeah, I
think so. I think we just kind of hammered out what a draft day trade would look like.
Let's do it.
All right,
let's do it. Okay,
we just made it.
Coming up next, we'll get to kind of a cross between 4-down territory and what's trending. Man, what is it with Team USA just coming up short in these World Baseball Classics? And coming on the heels of a thrilling Olympics, I want to ask the question, is winning these international tournaments for your country a bigger deal than winning your league's championship? That, plus the Broncos passing game looks pretty stacked on paper. How much pressure now is there on Davis Webb and Bo Nix to deliver? That's next.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Cudarelli Vision. Guys, you know the story. I wore glasses growing up as a kid in Alaska, and then when I got to the Broncos, I decided to have LASIK surgery. That was awesome, man. It worked really well. But when I hit my mid-50s, I started needing my readers for everything. Whether I was out to dinner with my wife, looking at menus, text, reading stats, studying film. So I decided to go to Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for refractive lens exchange. And let me just tell you, game changer. It could be for you as well, because Dr. Cudarelli is the most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. He can tell you when it's the right time for you, just like he did me for RLE. And I'm telling you guys, no more readers. Hey, man, they're upstairs. I am downstairs. I got to go up there to get them. You know what I'm talking about. You're always going, where'd I leave those damn things? That's the thing of the past, because I don't need readers to read anymore. Guys, check it out. That's Cudarelli Vision, RLE. No readers, no glasses, no contacts. Added bonus, no cataracts either. Check them out at ColoradoRLE.com. That's ColoradoRLE.com.
Think about this. In 2006, $20,000 equaled roughly 33 ounces of gold at the spot price. At today's prices, those 33 ounces would be worth over $150,000. Smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals. That's why I buy gold from Birch Gold Group. It's a crucial part of my balanced strategy. Gives me peace of mind given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you too. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, let Birch Gold help you diversify with gold. Now that's peace of mind. Text Dan to 989898. Again, text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 today. Message and data.
When you want a new car, you want it now. That's why AutoNation moves at the speed of savings. Right now, put your tax refund to work at AutoNation. Even drive with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. No speed bumps, no detours, just great prices on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Save on thousands of vehicles with 0 down plus 0 payments till June. Act fast, save now at your nearest AutoNation store. 60-month max term financing on approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase. See store for details. Expires 3/31/26.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of Denver and Northern Colorado is offering buy one, get one 50% off windows and doors and no interest, no payments until 2028. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends March 31st, 2026.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces St. Joseph starting at 8:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Food critiques.
I love chicken. I hate chicken salad.
What?
If you put chicken salad in front of me, I'd gag.
Hard-hitting analysis.
I took an Ambien on accident before practice, and that's what he looked like out there.
And some constructive criticism.
Reminded me of the show that Mike had yesterday. Just a little off, not completely there. You were like, Mike, are you going to take control of this show? Like, how many times did you say that yesterday?
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
What Denver's #1 sports nemesis is saying about the Jalen Waddle trade. We'll get to that in a minute. What will be the keys to an Avalanche win over Dallas to regain some breathing room in the suddenly congested Central Division race? We'll get to all that. And is winning one of these international tournaments, Olympics, WBC, bigger than winning your league's championship? Derek Jeter had an interesting line on that. Jeets. Delivered the line with a gift basket.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
Autograph ball and everything.
Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, powered by Able Builders.
That was the first. That was one of the very first times I've ever heard you do the fake media laugh. That was as though.
Yeah, that wasn't really funny, but I thought it deserved at least a chuckle.
Right, but
it was definitely not an overlaugh.
No, it was just, but that was just like, we move on.
Yes.
It was kind of like when, like you were doing a presser with Shanny, and he said something. It really wasn't, but you were afraid because
very afraid.
Yeah, and you, oh, good one, and you just
kind
of moved on.
I was very afraid of Mike back in those days.
Dude,
he tried to make a joke. I
was too.
I hate Mike Shannon.
Everybody was.
Yeah.
Now he's like my grandpa.
Right.
My dad.
Right. So we'll get to all that. But now that Jalen Waddle's here and you start looking at this offense on paper, woo, plus, you got rid of mean old Sean Payton. Somebody on our RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043 said, when it comes to the Broncos and your Top Gun comparisons, Sean's more like Viper, who gets circles run around him by the younger flyboys. All right. I do find, by the way, and let me just say, I've continued to note privately, but I'll say it here publicly, I continue to note the sweet irony of the people who were ripping Sean Payton for his play calling last year are the same ones who are out front and center loving the addition of Jalen Waddle because it brings a much-needed playmaker.
Right.
So I guess you're kind of agreeing with what I've always said.
Yeah.
That coaching matters, but players matter more?
Who's that guy that said yes? Who's the guy that said on the text line said he's more like Viper? That's a Rusty. That's a Rusty that will never give Sean any credit.
Or Jester. Was it Viper or Jester?
I don't know, but who
Jester.
what young coach ran circles this year around Sean? Like pretty much every coach that he coached against was younger than him, and they won 14 games with a second-year quarterback. And what you guys had said forever was just a lack, like this offense was bereft of real game-breaking talent. But in the same breath, you're going to say, well, the younger coaches ran circles around Sean. Dude, they won 14 games, and the only reason they didn't win 15 and go to the Super Bowl was because their quarterback broke his ankle. I suppose you'll blame Sean for that, too, the broken ankle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're a freaking genius.
I know our guy,
idiot.
Claymore64 at Denver Sports
Right.
YouTube channel is doing just that.
What would you have? Who would have? You know who the Rusties? He'd have been Bob. That's the pilot. He'd have been Bob. That guy that they just shoved in there, and then he ended up crashing an F-16 or whatever.
Right.
Just ruining it.
Merlin.
Yeah.
Not Merlin. Who was the guy that was Cougar on the edge.
Cougar
turned in his wings. Couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's what maybe Sean's Cougar. I don't know, but be that as it may, I just wanted to point out the very delicious irony right there. But let's talk about Davis Webb. Let's talk about Bo Nix, because you just brought in what a lot of Broncos fans were clamoring for, a legitimate playmaker to help really boost this passing game and make Bo Nix look even better heading into this crucial third season. And you got Davis Webb calling plays for the first time ever in his career. I mean, just where would you put the pressure meter on Bo Nix and Davis Webb? And are there two guys who face more pressure as we sit here right now than those two?
That's good. I hadn't even thought about pressure. They're a really good football team. We know that. They've got a really good roster. I don't know how much pressure. I think there's more pressure on Justin Herbert and the Chargers.
Well, I'm not talking about the NFL. I'm just talking about for the Broncos.
How much pressure are on those two guys?
I mean, this defense is coming back intact, pretty much.
Right.
It's a defense that has earned everybody's respect. I mean, yeah, there's some things they could be a little bit better at, but you can pretty much trust this group. But offensively, this offense, in order to really be considered, because defense is not sustainable in the long run, just isn't. You want to be a contender for the next decade, it's going to have to be because you build that kind of offense and you have that kind of quarterback. So yeah, I would say that going into this all-important third year with no less an authority than Mike Shanahan says, when you're a quarterback in the third year in that system, that is the takeoff year. Well, here you go. So to me, Bo, and I think Bo wanted Davis Webb. I think Bo wanted Davis Webb.
I don't disagree.
So now
with that.
he's got that.
Right.
You've got Jalen Waddle. You got younger players now who are going into their second and third year. Okay. You're no longer the cute, fuzzy, oh, man, we're so glad to have you. We've been wandering around the desert forever here looking for a quarterback. Well, now we feel we got one. Now it's up to you and Davis Webb, because Davis Webb wants to be a head coach somewhere by this time next year. So tell me who's got more pressure on anybody on the Broncos besides these two.
Yeah. And if you parse it out between the two of them, were they wandering around the desert or wandering around the desert?
Wandering around the desert.
Wandering around the desert.
Yep. Stoke, thinking of you.
Yeah. I think Davis Webb has more pressure on him, because if it doesn't work out early, if it doesn't look significantly better, and you've given him a new weapon, who everybody says, hey, they needed a weapon, so you've given him a new weapon, if they're not significantly better as far as 3 and outs are concerned, as far as scoring is concerned, as far as big plays are concerned, as far as quarterback development is concerned, then, Mike, you got Sean Payton looking over your shoulder. And at some point, if it's not significantly better through 5, 6, 7 weeks, there's going to be rumblings about.
I think the timetable has now been moved up. Don't you?
Well, I had said 4 weeks before. After 4 weeks, and you and Stokley both just eviscerated me.
did.
And then you were like, oh, no, not 4 weeks. No, 6 weeks. That's like.
Hey, 2 weeks is a big deal.
So now I can go back to 4 weeks without getting ridiculed?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Because I would say now,
I just think
within
there's
4 weeks, this collaboration of Bo and Davis Webb need to be. It needs to be obvious.
You know what
that it's working.
You know what the kids say now?
What
they don't
do
go,
the kids say?
They don't go collaboration anymore.
No.
This is like when you're an influencer.
Uh-huh.
They talk about getting together and doing a collab.
Oh, okay.
They just say
that's fine.
A collab.
Then within four games.
Am I right? Just a collab? Is that how they do that?
Within 4 games, then, the collab between Bo and Davis Webb needs to be obvious to all.
Right. If the collab starts to look a little shaky, you've got an out in the contract.
Right.
Like, hey, listen, the collab, we thought we were going to get a lot of viewers. We thought we were going to gain a lot of trade. It's just not working.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit.
Observation from the text line.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's media laugh sounded more like the actor laugh in your soap opera scene.
Yeah.
Let's hear that.
There you are. I was beginning to give up on you. It's great to see you, man. It's great to see you, O'Neill. It took me a while to get here from the airport. I get small town transportation. So this is Springfield. This is it in all of its glory. You know what? Maybe you should do a little research while you're here. That way you can write your next book about a small town. It's pretty, I can't remember what I was supposed to say.
That's the kind of laugh. When you get the soap opera laugh.
Yeah.
Okay? The veteran.
Maybe I should spend some more time studying my lines.
The veterans. When you get the veteran soap opera laugh from me, that's when you know it was. I'm just kind of helping you along.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, right. You just kind of move.
It was kind of my version of Sean saying play better.
Let's move the program along a little bit.
Let's get to our combination of 4 down and what's trending here. Some other stories to talk about.
Down territory, where Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth keep you up to date on the latest buzz from around the Denver sports scene and beyond. Kicking it off with First Down.
Well, not that you needed it, but this guy has been such a thorn in our side as Denver sports fans. Broncos stuff, Nugget stuff, Nikola Jokic, all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe it makes you feel a little better as a Bronco fan that Nick Wright, of all people, endorses the Jalen Waddle trade.
I like that for Denver. I like Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
We've never really seen Waddle as, we saw him as a number one early in his career. I think his first year before they got Tyreek, and he had 100 catches for 1,000 yards. Is really interesting because his rookie year he had a bunch of catches but was very low yards per catch, and then his second year with Tyreek, he had 30 fewer catches and 350 more yards, and his yards per catch went from 9.8 to 18.1. He's a really good player, and he's still young. He's 27 years old. He's on a reasonable contract. Like, fair is fair. That's a good trade for Denver. I like that.
Yeah, I heard some of that yesterday that, hey, pump the brakes on what the Broncos did with Jalen Waddle because you're getting kind of a best supporting actor, not necessarily a leading man.
Mm-hmm.
And the production alongside Tyreek Hill was sort of used against him. But go back to his rookie season, without Tyreek Hill yet there. 140 targets, 104 catches, 1,015 yards, 6 touchdowns.
Right.
So, yeah, his production did, to what Nick Wright said, did change and maybe became more impactful that second year, his first year with Tyreek Hill. But when asked to be the leading guy as a rookie, he showed he can handle it.
Here's what it shows you. Okay, so let's look at those. Let's look into those numbers. People throw numbers around all the time, and you sometimes you can manipulate them and make them say what you want them to say. But think about that first year, his rookie year. What was his yard per catch? 9 yards per catch, right? About 10. So you were the number one guy. You were the guy that was taking all those in-cutting routes, the shallow crosses, the low cross, the high cross, the basic routes, the 12-yard in-cutting routes, the digs and stuff. That was your role as the number one guy. So we're trying to get you the ball from an anticipatory place where we're going to throw it into a window. You're going to run into that window and catch it, and we're going to operate to get you open in those situations. Then Tyreek came, and they said, oh, that's now Tyreek's role. So now you're going to be the lift the top of coverage, go deep, do the deeper routes, the longer extended routes and all that stuff. And then his second year, he has less catches, which makes sense because he's not the number one target. But his yard per catch average goes from 9 to 18. It doubles. So it shows you that here's a guy that's a versatile guy that can run anything you ask him to run and have production doing it.
Second down.
Very important win for the Nuggets last night. And, how do I come up with that after blowing out Philadelphia's G League team? Well, because coming off the grind of that previous 6-game stretch where they went 3-3, they needed a breather. They just needed an easy night. And they got it courtesy of Philadelphia. No starter played more than 27 minutes. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray sat out the fourth quarter. And so as you look to this finishing kick, we're down to 13 games left.
Crazy,
13
right?
games. That's it. The Nuggets currently at 42-27, tied with Minnesota for the 5th seed. Game in the loss column behind Houston for the 4 seed. 2 games behind L.A. for the 3rd seed. And if you still believe that it is crucial that the Nuggets get into the bracket opposite Oklahoma City, which is what I believe, then there you go. Eyes are all set on the Lakers. That is the team you got to chase down.
And you don't have a game against the Lakers anymore, right?
Correct.
There's no more games against the Lakers. Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing that they let the one slip away the other night, and, some of that is, just officiating and everything else was horrible, but it is what you're going to get when you play the Lakers, and I thought we'd gotten over that hump, but maybe not. But, yeah, I mean, this is good. Hey, man, pressure's on. You're getting guys back healthy. Your rotation should be good. That's great. And as far as Philly is concerned, I mean, they've taken the leadership role of Joel Embiid very seriously.
Yes.
Yeah, like that just showed great intestinal fortitude, great work ethic, just a team that's is soon to be you're going to have to reckon with.
Well, you know what rolls downhill, and
Right.
when it comes to Joel Embiid being the face of your franchise,
I looked at Nick
Don't
Nurse.
be surprised.
I looked at Nick Nurse coaching the game.
Poor guy.
I just
actually
felt bad for him.
I did too.
I felt bad
There were a couple
for him.
times I was like, wow, I actually feel bad for you.
Third down.
Well, the Avs lead over Dallas has gotten very tight. Just a 3-point lead. The Avs do have a game in hand, which makes tonight's game such a big one as they take on Dallas. The Avs have lost 2 in a row, 3 of their last 4. And here comes Dallas tonight. Who would you start in goal tonight?
Wedgwood.
Yep.
I think Wedgwood's a better. I just think he's like even when Blackwood came in, even when he came in,
I don't like his body language right now.
No, yes. There's something to be said about, and I know it's hard to come in, you're cold, you gotta face Pittsburgh, and we're not playing well on defense, and we're getting odd man rushes and all that stuff. But I still just don't like the feel of Blackwood.
And I'll defer to any hockey goalies out there, but when you have a confident goalie, he's out in front of his goal. He's out near the top of his crease. He's looking to cut down angles. He's looking to be aggressive. When you see a goalie who just you could tell is kind of in his head, where does he tend to be? He's deep in his crease.
Deep.
It's like he's just hugging the post,
right?
And he's just more fearful than he is playing with a swagger. So yeah, I would go with Wedgwood. We'll see if the Avalanche tighten things up defensively. Nathan McKinnon talked about that the other day, that this is a byproduct of having so many new faces and so many of their veteran guys out that they got to figure it out. They got to figure it out quick.
No excuses, no explanations.
Since you're the hockey guy, and I don't want to have to turn to Drew. I don't.
We're running a promo right now. Hockey promo, Avs promo that has you featured. So put some respect on your own name.
Right. You better recognize.
Uh-huh.
I want to see what their defensive rotation is. Because McKinnon said after the last game where they just got throttled by Pittsburgh, hey, man, you can't rotate 7 guys. Like, he was,
11
critical.
11 forwards, 7 defensemen. Hated it.
Yeah. So he's, critical. So it'll be interesting to see if Bedsy receives a message.
We'll see.
And I'll tell you what, if you get another loss, it's going to be time for Bedsy to cut his hair. I thought it looked a little disheveled the other night on the bench. It just is. There's too much.
What do you think of the black suit, though?
Dude, he is
3-piece. I mean, how many people can
We're
pull
built
off
different.
a 3-piece look like
he
that?
He is the sharpest cheese in the fridge.
Easily,
I will tell you that.
Easily.
But the hair is a little bit out of control.
The other thing, too, the Avs power play was showing signs of life, courtesy of Dave Haxtell, coming up with all those new looks.
Mm-hmm.
But they're 0 for 6 in their last 2 games. So
the first power play of the night
needs to come up with something new, the players could be.
Yeah,
better.
the first power play of the night, they didn't get a shot on goal against Pittsburgh.
Sure, it's Haxtell's fault.
Right.
Players get a pass.
1, 2, 3. 4th down.
Actually, I'm not going to bring this up because I might actually save this as a trivia question for the drive.
Ooh.
But the U.S. falls short again.
Yeah.
In the WBC, the World Baseball Classic, losing the finals to Venezuela. And whether it was watching the U.S. hockey teams win gold at the Olympics or seeing the reaction of the Venezuelan team, the raw emotion that comes out when you see these teams playing for their countries. Does it make winning one of these tournaments bigger than winning your league's championship?
Oh, yeah, when you win for your country.
Yeah, does that –
Yeah.
So if you're a Venezuelan player, is this bigger than winning the World Series if you play for the Phillies?
Yes.
If you're a U.S. player, does losing this game sting more than it would be losing the World Series, for the Cubs?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that this is. I mean,
same thing goes for hockey. Is winning the Olympic gold medal for the U.S. and those guys on the team.
I think it's
bigger than winning a Stanley Cup.
Great question, Mike. I'm really glad you asked
I think when you play for your country, there's just a different. There's something different to it. You're on a world stage.
So Brock Nelson would rather win an Olympic gold medal than win for U.S. than win the Stanley Cup with the Avs.
Okay, let me ask you this. Who won the gold medal in the 1980 Olympics in hockey?
Okay, yes.
Who won the Stanley Cup in 1980?
Okay. You're trying to compare arguably the greatest single sporting event in American history.
Okay,
else.
Okay, let me ask you this.
By the way, was it Calgary 1980? You want to look that up for me?
Calgary?
Was it Calgary 1980? Who won? Or no, no. I'm going to say the Islanders.
Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. Okay.
1980. Islanders.
Name a couple guys.
Al
Name a couple guys from this year's Olympic team that won the gold medal. You just named one, right?
Yeah.
Nelson. Who else?
I mean, you got the Hughes brothers. You got the Kachuk brothers.
Yeah, you Hellebuck and goal stood on his head. Okay, now, who won the Stanley Cup last year? Name 5 players.
Well, the Kachuk brothers in
Okay.
Florida. Brad Marchand.
I just think it's
Bobrovsky.
Yeah,
but I get your point.
Yeah,
I get your point.
I think it's just it carries a little bit more weight, especially Olympic gold, because Olympic gold only happens once every 4 years.
Yeah, but getting your name on
that's just cool. Getting your name on the Stanley Cup is really cool.
Derek Jeter had I like this answer. Tell me what you think.
All right.
Derek Jeter, when asked, is winning a tournament like this, the World Baseball Classic, a bigger deal than winning a World Series? His response was, anybody who says that clearly has never played in a World Series. I was like, ooh, Derek Jeter.
Wow.
You're still cold. You're still cold.
So Derek Jeter never won a World Baseball Classic.
I don't think he ever played in one.
Right. The one thing about the World Baseball Classic, like the World Baseball Classic, is interesting because it happens, before the season starts.
Yes.
So there's I don't know.
If it happened during the middle of the season, like these Olympics,
Like if they shut it down,
would it
and
carry more weight?
I think a little bit more. But again, it's a really cool. I was just surprised in Houston how many, like the Venezuela, community came out strong in Houston. Like that stadium erupted. It wasn't like they were upset about, or it was quiet about a U.S. loss. It was big time, pro-Venezuela crowd.
Coming up next, we will reset the top headlines of the day, including where do you come down on the debate that raged after the Jalen Waddle deal about trading picks for players instead of using that valuable draft capital. That's next.
Jalen Waddle is a Denver Bronco. With Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, and Pat Bryant in the room, where will the former Dolphin star rank among this year's pass catchers? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, all this warm weather coming up, time to get outside, be active, social. Just a time when a lot of us want to put our best version of ourselves out there. But if you don't feel that great about yourself, and a big reason why is your continuing hair loss, do what I did and put yourself in the more than capable hands of Dr. Tanya Pauls and her all-star team at Advanced Hair Restoration. This is a simple, one-day hair loss solution that's guaranteed to regrow your own natural hair. No magic, no gimmicks. And I know because I did this 20 years ago, got introduced to Dr. Paul's when my hair was rapidly receding. My current version that I put out there would be nowhere near that if not for the amazing work done by everyone at Advanced Hair Restoration. So whether it's a bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning hair, Advanced Hair can help you too. I know it. Your own natural hair. You decide where you want it to grow and how much, and Advanced Hair does the rest guaranteed. For a limited time, get a free consultation, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Just call 720-459-HAIR and at advancehair.com. That's advancehair.com.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hey guys, your boy Sneak here. Just because it's winter doesn't mean I'm sitting around waiting for the spring. I'm planting the yard, moving dirt, getting things ready for what's next. My friends at Bozar Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, they're doing their cleaning right now too. It's the Not So Winter event. Between everyday driving, busy schedules, and everything life throws at you, your vehicle works hard. And if you've been thinking about upgrading, now's the time to clean up your driveway and drive something new. Only at Bozar Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet. The Not So Winter event going on right now.
Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
You live in Colorado, you love those mountain views. Well, you want to maximize your window space, your glass space, and you could do that with custom windows at windownation.com. Windownation.com, they're there for you with over 1,500 styles and colors to choose from. And in March, the more you buy, the more you could save. Up to 50% off all window styles right now at windownation.com. You can go out there, get your windows done, and enjoy that beautiful Colorado scenery. It's windownation.com. Visit windownation.com for your free consultation today.
You know what it takes to win: the preparation, the game plan, the refusal to quit when things get hard. You bring that same mentality to your business every single day. But even the best teams need fans in the seats. At Denver Sports, we put your business in front of Denver's most passionate, loyal audience, on air, online, and on the big screen. You've got the drive, we've got the reach. Visit us online at DenverSports.com. Let's build your roster.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders, it's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth. Subtle intimidation.
I had to give Ty the look.
You did. I was
gave
wondering.
Ty a little bit of a like.
I was wondering what you were doing.
It was a little quizzical look.
Skill debating.
You didn't think I was going to flip it on your head like this. See how I
you're
did
coming
that?
back at me. I
Right.
like this.
You
This is
regret
good.
this now.
And plenty of pet peeves.
Put your phone in your pocket and you never go back and get it.
It is a source of so much frustration for Mark. It drives him crazy.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
All right, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday, Hump Day. Hopefully you are moving fine today. You know, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. Maybe you were out
I'm moving great.
early, partying.
Light.
Last night, you know, maybe you're just, hey, guys, can you talk a little quieter right now?
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do that. But, you know, hopefully you're good.
You know the word comes to mind when I think about myself right now? Alacrity.
Alacrity?
Alacrity.
Woo, somebody.
Just moving smooth like a cat.
Did you get a 2026 word of the day calendar?
No,
for
I did
Christmas?
not. I did not. That's just me.
Are you showing off? Is that the word for the day?
no,
March
no,
18th,
no,
2026?
no.
Alacrity.
No, I just, you know, I mean, I'm skinny. Well, I'm not. I wouldn't.
Hey, you're down 17 pounds, man.
No.
The button
is going to be.
If you had to call a game this week for Fox,
I could easily get into a suit.
Mm-hmm. And that top button would not look so stressed.
I'm telling you what, I'm thinking about.
You may have to go buy new shirts.
I'm really thinking about this, Mike. I need your opinion on this. I'm thinking about getting so fit that I end up doing a side-by-side with the 17-year-old picture of Stink. How it started, how it's going, and just flex on you. Just put the
listen.
Flex down.
I don't know if you can find. I'm sure you can find it. Trey Wingo puts it out every year on your birthday. The picture of Stink when he was, how old were you in that picture? 19?
17.
17.
17.
Take a look at that picture, and then ask yourself: is there a person walking this planet that's been given more in his life than Mark Schlereth?
No.
I mean, look. I mean, that picture was ridiculous. You were Patrick Swayze before Patrick Swayze.
I'd have whipped Patrick Swayze's ass.
I know you would have, but still. Although, unless he did that throat thing.
Oh yeah, from
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Yeah.
I don't know if you could
combat the throat thing.
Yeah.
I'd have to probably take a couple of jiu-jitsu classes. But yeah, no. So alacrity.
All
Feeling
right.
good.
Why? Yeah. So
springy.
Okay,
ready
good.
to go.
Well, we got a lot to get to. So
Okay,
here we go.
let's go.
Here we go. A lot of reaction pouring in following the Jalen Waddle trade. And I think most of Broncos country very, very happy about the deal. Happy that the Broncos are bringing in a needed playmaker. But the idea that they gave up too much and that you gave up valuable draft picks to bring in Jalen Waddle? Where do you come down on the debate of trading picks for players instead of using the picks?
Am I getting a proven commodity? Yeah. As an unproven commodity, I'd love to get a list of the number 30th overall draft pick over the last 10 seasons. Give me a list.
Johnny just perked up. Johnny's going to put that list together for us.
Right. Give us a list. And let's
just the last 10, Johnny. That's all we need.
Yeah,
let's see how many 30 picks.
Yeah, let's see how many just difference makers. How many of those, if you just off the top of your head, you don't know, you don't have any information in front of you, neither do I. How many of those 30th overall picks do you think signed a second contract with the team that they drafted, that drafted them?
Let's say over the last 10 years?
Over the last 10 years. That valuable 30 overall, man, how many?
Boy, I'd say no more than 3?
That's exactly what I was going to say, 30%.
I thought you might go 4 or 5.
No. You know what? That's a good question. 4 or 5 of those guys? Well, you know what?
Can we get to 4 or 5 more?
If they would have gotten 4 or 5 more reps in training camp, they would have signed that second contract.
You got me yelling now.
Maybe. Day number 423 of the Zach Rice
That was great.
Just
a great slide in. It wasn't your best.
Alacrity.
Yeah, it wasn't your best.
No, but
it was like, you know what? Let's get it out of the way. Feeling it's established. I got an opportunity. Let's just get in. It's cheap. It's low hanging fruit, but get in, get out.
Be that guy.
It was a Bo Nix 6-yard check down.
Yeah. Hey, like Joel Clatt said about Jalen Waddle, this gives you the chance to be more of a point guard. Distributed. You were a point guard. You distributed right there.
Yeah.
Why?
Boom.
Just get it to him.
Get the ball out fast. There we go.
Yeah.
Stay on schedule. Stay ahead of the chains.
Stayed ahead of the chains right there.
Keep your offense in rhythm. Boy, we learned all those buzzwords last year.
Yeah.
No, I have no problem trading picks for established players. And the thing I like most about this deal, I'm somebody that believes once you have clearly identified and paid your quarterback, then the quarterback's responsibility shifts a little bit. Once you've become one of the clear dudes in the league,
top 10 guy
at the quarterback position, then I look at your investment in pass catchers, it goes down, your investment. Because at that point, there's a reason why you're one of the lucky ones who has this quarterback. It's kind of their job. I mean, you don't ignore, Green Bay style with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, you still invest second-round picks, third, fourth-round picks, that kind of stuff. But you don't overinvest in pass catchers. But while you're in the process of figuring out if your quarterback is that guy, and in those first few years that you're trying to figure out, I do believe in over-investing in pass catchers, playmakers, to give your quarterback that best chance to show what he's capable of. And so going out and doing this, I guess if I was ranking, okay, Mike, before this offseason began, you could go out and add, through free agency or trade, a playmaking wide receiver, a playmaking running back, or a playmaking tight end. What would be your order of preference? I would go tight end number 1 still, clearly. Probably wide receiver 2 and then running back 3.
Yes. And I think the other thing.
Sure you wouldn't go running back? I know you'd go tight end, but would you go running back?
I think
number 2?
No, so I think from as far as like signing free agents or what?
Free agents, trades, the idea of using prior to the draft this time to bring in impact guys.
I think the biggest thing about the running back, for me, the biggest thing becomes, you're going to get J.K. Dobbins for at least 8 games, right? That's what you can count on him for. But I think that's probably the easiest position to transfer in from college to the league. Like that's the one position that's probably easier than any other position to come in and have success. Now, you got to get the right kind of runner. Like that's where like it was a tougher transition for RJ Harvey than it would be for a guy that doesn't have elite level playmaking, bounce outside, get to the edge kind of running back. So, like, when I looked at the two guys, and we're going to do a Telestrator Tuesday on Thursday tomorrow with some running backs, some collegiate running backs. And I've gone through the two Notre Dame guys, and the one thing I loved about those two Notre Dame guys is they're tween the tackle guys. They're looking to put their foot in the ground and get back up inside. And that's what translates to the NFL. I don't know that Harvey was – he just wasn't through preseason and and he got better, but he still – there were too many times where he's like, I'm going to bounce this one, and then, boop, 0-yard gain, -1, 1-yard gain. There was too many of those where you turn into – hey, man, I'm gonna bounce it outside and take a 1-yard gain as opposed to the 4-yard gain I could have got if I just put my nose in there and moved the pile.
At what spot would the Broncos have to be drafting that you would not have done this deal for Waddle? Instead of picking 30th, they were picking what? What's the cutoff point for you where you would have said, too rich for my blood I'd rather
top 15.
Top 15.
Yeah, top 15.
So if they had the 15th, so they could have had the 18th pick in the draft, 19th pick in the draft, and you'd have.
That's a second rounder in my mind.
Really?
Second round. I've told you, like, we've talked about this on the show. There are 15 to 17 round one rated players in the draft. And everybody else after that starts, you at 17, at 18 you start, that's a second round pick from just a draft standpoint, like what a guy actually is. That's why when people go, valuable capital, we can't get rid of the valuable. The only thing that the 30th overall pick gives you, and it's significant, salary certainty. You got him locked up for 5 years, and the fact, like the salary certainty part of it, and the fact that you've got the 5th-year option. But if the guy hits the 5th-year option, you've already told your fan base that we're like, that's the gal you date for a long time, and then you finally dump, and then the dude gets married a week later, or 2 months later, right? That's that relationship. I don't want, hey, I like hanging out with you. You're a lot of fun. You're great. Unbelievable personality. Really love this girl. I love her. Like, I just love the girl.
Ty.
I love her, but she's not marriage. Like, you see that all the time with, like, it happens to break up and 3 months later they're married and, like, what's wrong with me? It's not you. No, it is you, now that I think about it, right? That's that. So that's what the 5th-year option gives you. The 5th-year option is just the girl that you date for a long time, but you have no intention of marrying. And if you're that girl, you got to put your foot down and say, later for you. I'm out.
Yeah. Not only is if you get to the 5th-year option, well, are you saying just for quarterbacks or just for first-round picks? Overall, because
first-round picks in general.
If you get to the 5th-year option with your quarterback, all right, to use your analogy right there, you've decided I'm never going to marry this girl, but we're having a good time, and I really don't want to have to go back out there and join a dating app and start going back out and trying to find a new girlfriend. That's what it is. You're just like, just kind of, we'll just kind of kick the can down the road here a little bit. I know I'm not going to marry her, but, we'll just put it off for like another year. That's all.
I mean, you think about it. The Miami Dolphins, although they did sign Tua, but they should have gone to the 5th-year option, and they got the pressure there. New York just never have a quarterback, right? You look at Cleveland, you look at Pittsburgh, whatever. Like, you look at, like, Carolina, the Panthers are the telltale sign. Do you really think now Bryce Young just finished his 3rd year? Do you really think they're sitting down with Bryce Young right now and going, man, woo, let's get him locked up for a long term?
No, he's the classic example.
Right. He is going to play this 4th year out. They're going to put the 5th-year option on him, and they are going to be digging deep into next year's QB draft. There's just zero.
By the way, to your point about the whole there's only like 15 or 16 true first-round guys?
Yeah.
So do you buy what the Broncos were selling last year, that they had one of those top 15 first-round grades on Jahdae Barron, and that's why they took him at 20?
100%.
And that's sometimes because of quarterbacks and everything, guys will drop. And
right.
That's why I wondered. I don't know if, like, back to that question about what would be the cutoff point before you say, nah, I want to use my first-round pick.
Well, see, listen, now at 18.
Top 20?
Okay, so let me just say this. So if there were 6 quarterbacks in this class, like there were a couple of years ago when Bo Nix came out, then 18 or 19, you're probably still going to get one of those guys that actually has a first-round grade because, you know, whether it was Bo Nix or Penix or J.J. McCarthy, those guys had second-round grades by most true draft evaluators, and I would say most organizations had them as second-round graded players. So now all of a sudden I say there's 15 guys, right? Well, now all of a sudden, because 3 guys got moved up, now you push it back to 18 or 19 first-round picks. So it's different. This quarterback this quarterback class, there's only 2 guys that are worthy of first-round picks. Mendoza is going to probably go to the Raiders. And I'm telling you, the kid from Alabama, Ty Simpson, he makes some throws. Like
he'll be a fast riser. Don't be surprised if he goes in the first round.
Oh, he's going in the first round. I think he'll go top 15.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He makes some throws that there's very few quarterbacks in college football can make. He's a coach's son, very much like Bo. And the thing I loved about him studying with John Gruden is, like, he needs to learn to throw his checkdowns. He needs to learn to take what the defense gives him at times. But, man, that guy has no concern about what his completion percentage is because he is taking 8 to 12 shots a game.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear about Ty Simpson's backpack. You know?
Oh,
what's in his backpack?
What do you think is it? If you were to guess right now, being from Alabama, what's in his backpack? He's probably got a gift card for Piggly Wiggly in there, and Piggly Wiggly big in Alabama, wouldn't you think?
Shoney's.
He's
probably got he's definitely got a tin of something.
Oh yeah.
You know, Zin or chewing tobacco, something.
Johnny does Zin. Johnny likes Zin.
Yeah. Speaking of Johnny,
Johnny's business in the streets.
I know.
He's a Zin guy.
Let's bring our executive producer here.
Thank
at
God we got the little guy.
Denver Sports 104.3.
Wow.
The Fan. And you just did that research for us. So the Broncos, for everybody who was like, I love Jalen Waddle, but did you have to give up the 30th pick in the draft? What exactly are we missing out on not having the 30th pick in the first round?
So going back to 2016, interesting enough, every player that's been selected has been a defensive player. So starting with 2016, it was Vernon Butler to Carolina, played 7 seasons, 8 total sacks. 2017, not too bad, TJ Watt, might have heard of him. 2018, cornerback Mike Hughes for Minnesota. 2019, cornerback DeAndre Baker to the Giants. His last season was 2021. 2020, cornerback Noah Igbenogany, yeah.
He plays like he was with Washington a couple years ago. He has become a nickel corner in this league. He's a good player, but he's not he's a good rotational part-time starting player.
Okay, keep going.
2021, Greg Rousseau to Buffalo. 2022, George Karlaftis, Kansas City.
Good player.
Yes.
23, Nolan Smith to Philly. 24, Nate Wiggins to Baltimore, corner. And last year, cornerback Maxwell Hairston to Buffalo.
So, Mark, out of those list of players that you just heard, who are the ones on that list you would not trade Jalen Waddle for straight up?
TJ Watt.
That's it? Okay.
Karlaftis, I would keep Karlaftis as well.
Over Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you know it's good.
So out of the last 10 30th picks in the NFL draft, there's only 2 that you would take over Jalen Waddle.
Correct.
Okay. Well, there you go then.
And then, you got to look at, it just is. The 30th overall pick, like I said, is a second round. That's a second round player. So you traded a first rounder in the prime of his career that's already shown you 100 catch seasons and 1,000-yard seasons and multiple touchdown seasons in his career that's in his prime for a 30th overall player that has pretty much been a guy, not a second contract guy, 7 out of the 10 that have been drafted there. So you got a 30% chance at 30 of finding a player that's going to hit a second contract. Think about that.
Yeah.
30%. So you're crying over a 30% likelihood. This is why the draft.
Careful, Cecil might be listening right now.
This is why the draft is.
Say it. Say it.
Faulty.
Shut the hell up.
This is why. No, this is why the draft. It's not faulty, but this is why the draft. This is why the draft is.
Go ahead. Let me say it.
Okay.
It's overrated.
Shut the hell up.
Okay.
Right.
And I always joke the NFL is a 365-day-a-year beast that needs to be fed.
Uh-huh.
And because of that, because of our just insatiable need for all things NFL, during the offseason when we don't have games, you know what we do? We take NFL free agency, which is important, but we blow it up to levels that it doesn't deserve.
Correct.
The draft is important, but it has grown to be such a monster that I do think that we have blown it up to levels that it doesn't deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if the Broncos had not made this trade for Jalen Waddle, the draftniks out there are going to hate this because the morning of the first round of the NFL draft, I'd be begging the Broncos to trade back into the second round and pick up more picks.
By the way, I was just looking because, I've done the only reason I know Igbenogany is because I had to learn his name, right? And because he was playing for Washington, he was playing their nickel position. Here's the 30th overall pick. Okay, he was so valuable that he started 5 games in 3 years with Miami. Then they dumped him as the 30th overall pick. He played 1 year in Dallas, didn't start any games. Then the 1 year in Washington when I had him, he started 10 games at nickel, and then last year he started 2 games. So in that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 year career, he started 17 games. That 30th overall pick, what are we going to do without that 30th pick? We just gave up too much value.
So a texter says on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043, this is so stupid, this conversation. Now list the players that were great to good taken after the 30th pick. It's bad choices, not talent. Well, but at some point, when you start to see the 30th pick, which is a first-round pick, texter, the reason why I disagree with you is because it does lend more credence to what Mark is talking about, that teams get caught up in the idea of using a first-round pick on a player that has a second-round grade. And so what ends up happening is you start getting into, okay, the picks that are taken after number 30, talk about the good players. Well, now you're in the second round. And teams are picking in the second round, and they're taking guys with second-round grades.
Yeah.
That's the point. That's what makes this a discussion worth having.
Here's to the texter. Show me the team that doesn't make mistakes in the draft. Show me the team that doesn't overdraft athleticism. Show me the team that is just stellar when it comes to what they have done in the evaluation process of college players. Show me the college players that have no problem just embracing and excelling in the NFL game. You can't, because there isn't one. There's no exact science here. And oftentimes, this first round where you spend millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in salaries. What's your scouting department? How big is your scouting department? 20 people? How many how much airfare are you paying, flying back and forth? How many hotel rooms are you buying? How much time do you spend at the combine? All that's you're hundreds of millions of dollars of evaluation, and over the last 5 decades, there's still a 50% failure rate in the first round because you don't know. You don't. And so, you know what? TJ Watt's great. He's unbelievable. He's great. And he's got a family history. So that probably should have led you in. If anybody in the draft business was worth their salt, TJ Watt wouldn't have made it to 30. Knowing what you know now, TJ Watt would have been the first guy off the board. The first guy off the board who's not, a quarterback who failed.
Right.
Who's not Josh Rosen. Come on, you guys. Come on. Stop it. Don't do that.
Good stuff. Good conversation. So there you go. Hopefully that makes you feel better about what the Broncos did yesterday, giving up that 30th pick. Coming up next, by going out and targeting Jalen Waddle, did Sean Payton tip his hand? I'll explain next.
Do the Denver Broncos have a new dynamic duo at wide receiver?
Cortland's the X, into the boundary, on the line of scrimmage. Waddle's the Z, off the line of scrimmage, fast, in and out of breaks. This is Demarius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Well, here during this tournament, we'll be watching some college basketball dynasties, the best of the best. Well, that describes Siltahar Motors, a Colorado dynasty that has made them Colorado's most trusted dealership for over 66 years now, built on consistency, integrity, and commitment. It's March, which means hoops, and truck month at Siltahar Motors. Unlike your bracket, this is a sure thing. Ford F-150s, America's top-selling truck for decades. Get 0% financing for 72 months, 0 down, 90 days, no payment on select F-150s. SUV buyers get up to $6,000 cash back on Ford Explorer and Bronco. Siltahar's 4 big dealerships in one: Ford, Lincoln, Volvo, and Mazda. Massive inventory of trucks, SUVs, and sedans, new and used. Check it all out at sthmotors.com. Do all your shopping there if you'd like, or come see them in person at Highway 36 in Wadsworth. GM Greg Larson would love to compare brackets with you. 66 years of trust. That's a dynasty you can count on. Siltahar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Sex, intimacy, love. These 3 things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hi there, I'm Kim Rudell, owner of Wills and Wellness Estate Planning. If you've been putting off doing your estate plan, it's time to stop pushing your luck. It's never too late to get your estate plan in place. No more excuses. Our team makes the process and experience positive, straightforward, and even fun. Come see us and let us help you make a plan to secure your future and the future of your loved ones. Find us at willsandwellness.com or give us a call at 720-266-8190.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
Score big to save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces St. Joseph starting at 8:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Job shaving.
You played in the NFL, but you were a wide receiver.
Embellishments.
I mean, sometimes I swear you're just making things up.
And amateur zoology.
I think polar bears are bigger than grizzlies.
Of course they
So make them a polar bear.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Oh, Ryan in Missouri. I assume it's Ryan in Missouri. Maybe it's Cecil's burner account. I don't know. So apparently you all think participating in the draft at all is worthless. Let's just give all of our draft picks away and not draft anybody.
Well, now that's dumb. That's just you. That's you being like, that's you having hurt feelings, right? That's it. That's all that is. You just need your bubba, and now you're mad. You're like a toddler who was just told no. Now you're packing up and you're leaving. Take my ball and go to the corner, you guys. No, where the biggest value is in the draft, in today's game, is salary certainty and having that fifth year, which to me is, you already know. But that's the biggest thing. You got to fill the coffers with good players. The draft gives you the opportunity to do that. The draft gives you an opportunity to basically create it gives you the opportunity from a salary structure standpoint to attack the players that you need. Now, you obviously want to have great draft picks, right? And ultimately, if you get the right guys, you pay those guys, and that's great for your franchise. But you've got to understand how the NFL is built. And I've said this before on this program, but we haven't talked about it in a long time. It is what I always call the 80-20 rule. 80% of the guys 20% of the guys make 80% of the money. 80% of the guys make 20% of the money. And what the draft does for you, it allows you that floor, right? It allows you to maintain that floor so you can pay your superstars. So you can pay your quarterback, so you can pay your one big-time X receiver, so you can pay your big-time pass rusher, so you can pay your big-time D tackle, so you can pay your left tackle, like the corner, and you can pay your cornerback. It's the eight guys that are kind of cornerstone type of positions for you. That's what the draft does for you more than anything else, and don't let anybody tell you any different. It really sets the floor so that you can spend the money on your superstars.
Yeah, Ryan in Missouri threw a bit of a temper tantrum there. You need to time out. Like I'm not discounting the draft in its entirety. There's just some parts of the draft that I look at, and if you're picking like 23rd, 24th to 32, I'm not gonna cling to those picks and pass up on a proven commodity who, by the way, is only 5 years into his career. He's still got the prime of his career ahead of him and Jalen Waddle, and he fits such an important need. Why am I gonna? Now, when you have a top pick, Yeah, you then it becomes important. You better hit on Patrick Surtain.
You
better
100%.
You better hit on Bo Nix.
And that's why Barron right now. You look at Barron.
That's
You're
why
like,
you look
what,
at Barron.
what are we doing?
Okay,
What-
right, exactly. But then, I mean, hey, once you get into the second round, hey, I understand the value and the importance of the draft and being good at it. And the Broncos have been really good at it.
Right.
You know, when you start talking about the guys they've taken in rounds 2 and 3, and you're starting to talk about Javonte Williams, Quinn Miners, Baron Browning, who, you know, was a good player until he got pushed out. Nick Bonito, Marvin Mims, Riley Moss.
Sure.
You know, Jonah Ellis, you know, Troy Franklin, Chris Abrams-Drain, 5th-round pick. I mean, they've been really, really good at the draft. And if you're trying to turn something around like the Broncos have done over the last couple of years, of course the draft matters, but it's not. But there are parts of the draft that you can look at and say, come on, I think you're making it a little bit too much out of it.
Right. And by the way, you're getting sent, Ryan, in Missouri, to the timeout. This is Dad sending you to the timeout. This is not Mom, where she sends you to the Playhouse kitchen. Like, you're banished over there to that kitchen set, you know, it's all plastic, and you got dishes, and you have fake sink and all that stuff. And now the next thing you know, you get your Betty Crocker, you know, cook thing out, you know, and you're heating up it's got that little 20-watt bulb, and you're going to heat up a little piece of, you know, leftover, I don't know, melted cheese sandwich. What do they call grilled cheese or something? No, this is like nose in the corner. Stand there. This is Dad sending you to timeout, Ryan, not Mom, where it's all cushy. No, Dad in the corner, nose buried. Don't take your nose off the wall, Ryan.
Did Sean Payton tip his hand in terms of how he views this offense moving forward with Davis Webb calling plays by going out and getting a wide receiver as that targeted playmaker? Wasn't the running back, wasn't a tight end. It was a wide receiver. And you know how you and I've had the argument for years. You know, I think your passion in talking up the run game is a little bit overwrought. I think it's a little bit over the top, okay? And I know that there are some coaches out there. Andy Reid's one of them. There are some offensive geniuses out there who can't wait for an excuse to give up on the run game.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot.
There are a lot. And I think Sean's one of them. And I think Sean going out and adding to this wide receiver room is more proof that what he believes in Bo Nix is that, hey, man, I want to throw the football.
Right.
I want us to throw the football. And he's kind of telling us by this move that it's like, yeah, you know, it'd be nice if we can run the football, but it's not a priority for me.
See, here's where I would disagree with you. And I think you make a good point about the NFL, and the NFL's a lot like that. There's a lot of guys that don't really want to. It's almost like forced to, you know, and then there's a lot of guys that are passing game coordinators that get a job and they wonder why they fail, you know, and they bounce around and eventually they become QB coaches or they become wide receiver, whatever. Like they lose their opportunities because they don't know how to tie it all together. But here's where you're right. The run game is incredibly important, but, you know, the pass game, because what you get out of college, that's where the talent is. I think people put the run game on the back burner to a degree because it's not about you can easily find those running backs. You can easily find guys that are draftable in the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds that can come in and be game changers. And then a lot of that has to do more about your offensive line. And to support the passing game, you got to have a great group up front. You know, everything's got to be good up front. But I just think it's easier to create a run game or to have a running back that can be productive because I can get one in the 5th round and the guy can become, you know, a really good running back for us.
I just remember the conversations that we've had here over the last year or two. And just if this offense goes with this quarterback where I think it's going to go over the next few years, we're going to look back on these discussions about, oh, we got to run the football. Oh, we have to establish the run. Oh, we need balance. And we're going to look back on these conversations and laugh. we're going to laugh because we're going to be like, really? We were that worried about having to run the football in watching what I think will be this offense here in just a couple of years.
But what I always tell you about running the football, like running the football allows you to be solid in the passing game. And what I always say about it, so many people worry about yards per carry and how many explosive runs we have and all that stuff. I worry more about attempts and physicality. That's what I want, because I know if you give me that, now I can be really good as far as defending a defense so that we can throw the ball over the top. That's why that to me is how it meshes and marries together, and that's what, frankly, you've ignored for 10 years.
Well,
which, again,
I'm just
kidding,
Johnny.
Johnny,
Remember this,
Johnny. Put a note that I might want to put Mike at some point on my list.
Tournament time is here. We got the play-in games yesterday, 2 more today. Then it starts up tomorrow. Put Idaho through to your Final Four.
Yeah, baby.
Your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryan, Colorado, and Xfinity. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off tomorrow on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Okay, a lot of you want to weigh in on the aftermath of this Jalen Waddle trade. We'll do that next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000. Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryan, Colorado, and Xfinity. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. And hey guys, when it comes to playing O-line in the National Football League, it's all about toughness, right? You gotta have toughness, and that's what Gravina's is all about. Man, 52 years serving the Colorado community with just toughness and stick-to-itiveness, and I'm telling you what, it's one of the reasons I trust Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. You won't stay around that long unless you're doing it right every single time, guys. And right now, 25% off Infinity 5 Marvin fiberglass windows, 8 times stronger than vinyl, built tough, just like Gravina's is for Colorado's ever-changing weather. 20% off of James Hardy siding, engineered to resist the weather here in Colorado, the hail, fire, moisture, you name it. And right now, 12 months, no interest payments. Come on, it's not going to get better than that, guys. And I'm telling you what, they do it right the first time, every time. They never subcontract out the work. They're with you every step of the way. Call them at 303-794-0490. Remember, 25% off the toughest windows on the market, Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows, 20% off that toughest James Hardy siding, and 12 months, no interest, no payments. Guys, check them out again at 303-794-0490 or online at windowsforyourhome.com.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
It's time to upgrade your arsenal with the Shields Field and Range Sale Event. Save on your favorite brands in ammo, firearms, optics, and more. You'll have to hurry, though. This sale only runs through March 22nd. Plus, with your Shields Visa, you'll earn an extra 10 points for every dollar spent on Vortex products at Shields, which means you'll earn even more My Rewards gift cards. Visit Shields or Shields.com and save now through March 22nd.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Are you one of those people who dread going to the dentist? If so, have you tried sedation dentistry? Learn more about sedation dentistry at coloradosedation.com. Sit back, relax, and dream with the most experienced sedation dentist and staff at Clarkson Dental.
Bold takes.
I would put my fajitas up against any Mexican restaurant.
Active listening.
You weren't listening to a word I just said.
Plus, a little number crunching.
What's 12 minus 1? I mean, 12 minus 11.
1.
This is why math confuses me.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
All right, a lot of reaction pouring in on the Jalen Waddle trade. What kind of impact will it make? Does it put all the pressure now on Bo Nix and Davis Webb? The value of giving up draft picks for a player? Did they give up too much? All that out there on the table. Here's one for you. Guys, I think the Chiefs are totally making a commitment to running the ball going forward. And I think whoever starts up the run game this year wins the AFC West. So you, Texter, you believe that Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy are deciding that once Patrick Mahomes is back and healthy, that they're going to become a run-first, ground-and-pound football team.
Hey, Mahomes, sit this one out. We got you. You think that's what's going to happen?
You really think that's going to happen? Come on.
Andy Reid wants to present the illusion of wanting to run the ball. He don't want to run. He just doesn't. He just doesn't want to run. That's never been his history. That's never been his game plan. And so, no, I don't believe that at all. And like I told you guys, like I've told you guys, and I've got confirmation on this from now multiple sources that have confirmed this. They were trying to trade Kenneth Walker last year during the draft and all the way up into the draft and into the trade deadline this year. Seattle was trying to trade him away, and they couldn't find a dance partner to give them the value they
if
wanted.
Zach Charbonnet does not get hurt, Zach Charbonnet is Seattle's lead running back in the Super Bowl.
Yes, he would. They were. I don't know what the numbers were, but they were pretty close to a 50-50 split up until the time Zach Charbonnet tore his ACL.
It was trending more towards Charbonnet.
Of course, yes, it was.
Yes,
it was. And I had talked to John Schneider before I called the Seattle game in Jacksonville. We spent some time on the sideline. He was like texting me, "Go, come. Are you coming down to the field? Come down. Let's talk." And so we spent 15, 20 minutes talking about the Seahawks, talking about the league in general, talking about like. He's always asking me the X's and O's because he's an evaluator, right? He's like, what is it about this offense that makes it so good and blah blah. So just trust me. Like the $15 million a year, the Broncos weren't going up there for Kenneth Walker.
Here's another one on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Thank you for contributing, guys. I just don't see the need for Jalen Waddle. Why did we need another number 2 receiver? We have a room full of them.
No, we don't. We have a room full of guys that play number 2, but we don't have a real number 2. We got a bunch of number 3 receivers.
Is Jalen Waddle number 2?
Well, yeah. I mean,
in the
he had
in the classic definition, numbers, eye test, whatever.
When Jalen Waddle was a rookie in a position that's really hard to come in and play well at, wide receiver, we have seen how difficult it is for most guys to have a real, like a big time kind of impact as rookie wide receivers. He came in as a number 1 with the Miami Dolphins and had 104 catches and 1,000 yards. So is he a legit number 2? 100% without equivocation, yes. Is Troy Franklin? No. Is Marvin Mims? No. Was Pat Bryant as a third round rookie? No. So, yeah, he is a 1/2, and and you could say the same thing about Courtland Sutton.
I was just going to say that.
Is Courtland Sutton truly a number 1? I think there's merit to what a lot of people have talked about in regards to Jalen Waddle as being like what Cecil talked about, becoming your number 1, quote unquote.
The
target.
offense runs through.
Offense runs through.
Yeah.
But okay, so he might be the Broncos' number 1. But is he a number? I don't think he is. I don't think Courtland is. But I'm fine with having 2 really good number 2s.
Right.
Up until this trade was made, they had what I think was a really good number 2, and then a bunch of fill in the blanks.
I would
this
say
day, this
okay.
guy may look like a 2. The next week he may look like a 4. And the week after that he may look like a 3. But
all right. So here's what I would tell you. Here's what I would tell you about Jalen Waddle. Does he become, if he goes to New England right now,
right,
does he become the number 1 receiver now that Stephon Diggs is no longer?
Does he become a number 1? They're number 1, yes, but that doesn't mean he's a number 1.
Right. If he goes to Buffalo, is he their number 1?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think so.
Over DJ Moore?
Yeah. If he there are
but there are 8 or 9 teams
right.
that if he goes to, he's clearly not their number 1.
Correct.
Right.
If he goes to New Orleans, he's a number 1.
Yep.
So there's probably
is he better than Devon Valet though? Is he?
No.
Is he?
It's literally impossible.
Is he?
His ceiling is established.
Yeah.
Is he?
So I mean,
he can't be that guy.
Mike, there's probably 16. There's probably half of the teams in the National Football League where he enters into that organization, becomes the number 1. And then there's half of them where he's like, clearly, if he goes to Cincinnati, he's behind Jamar Chase. Clearly,
Sure.
If he goes to, Minnesota, he's behind Justin Jefferson. Clearly, if he goes to Dallas. Clearly, if
I'm glad you brought up Jamar Chase. When I think of Jalen Waddle, I think of T. Higgins. Same kind of role, same kind of player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if you all of a sudden brought in T. Higgins with the idea that you're getting, he's just been blocked by Jamar Chase, and now that he's here, he's going to become Jamar Chase for you. No.
Do you think Waddle is better than T. Higgins?
Ooh, I like T. Higgins. If you force me to choose, I'd take T. Higgins.
See, if you force me to choose, I'd take Waddle.
Okay.
Because Waddle's proven.
But I don't think there's a big gap.
Right. I don't think there's a huge gap, but I think Waddle has proven that, hey, when I've been asked to be the number one, like the week after Tyreek Hill destroys his knee, his leg is pointed the wrong way. I think it was the game.
Did you call the game?
Yeah, they're
the
playing,
Panthers game.
Yeah, they're
I
playing.
got a cool story about that game. I got a cool story that tells a lot about who the Broncos. We know what kind of player Jalen Waddle is, but what kind
we know how important the culture is for this organization and Sean Payton.
Got a story to pass along that will show how seamlessly Jalen Waddle should fit into this Broncos carefully constructed culture. That's next.
With the Dallas Stars on their heels in the Central Division, do the Avs need to ride the hot hand at goaltender?
This is such an unbelievably talented team, and they've pushed their chips into the middle to win a cup. And I'm loyal to a point, but if Wedgwood continues to play better than him, come playoff time, you've got to make that switch.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, I'll admit I'm getting that itch, putting together my list of spring projects and home improvements. If you're doing the same, put looking into new windows from Bluebird Windows and Doors on top of that to-do list. If you're in a house that's part of a neighborhood built in the 80s, 90s, even 2000s, there's a good chance you're ready for a window update that will give you instant upgrades in operation, security, noise reduction, energy savings, and they'll flat out make your house look good. The envy of the neighborhood. Hey, I know that feeling. Nobody does it better than Bluebird Windows in Colorado because they are Colorado. Through and through. Locally owned and operated since 2006. Over 40 years of experience in business. That long because they provide only the best. The best windows with the best warranties and the best workmanship and professionalism that leads to repeat customers and positive word of mouth. Get to know Bluebird Windows with this special offer. Buy one window, get another 50% off through March 31st. Mention my name, get an additional 5% off. Just call 303-810-2888 and at gobluebirdco.com.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Jackson Hewitt has a great tax prep deal, $149 or less. Missing out is like ignoring the check engine light in your car. You'll regret it. Seriously, the price is only $149 or less, no matter how complicated, so don't wait. Like when you get a password expires today alert or you're shopping online and there's only one item left. It's like your taxes are in the cart, just complete the purchase. Hurry! This deal for $149 or less is like your phone at 1%. It's about to power down. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
When it's cold, the last thing you want is your home's heater to quit on you. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you warm and comfortable quickly. Just call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com. Don't forget, we're
always on time or you don't pay time. Always on time or you don't pay time.
independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing. A chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax, because you bundled your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
SodaWeightLoss.com is state-of-the-art, and SodaWeightLoss.com helped me lose 60 pounds a few years ago, and I've never gained the weight back. Why? I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. I had a real nutritionist there to help me along the way through my journey. I joined Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. You want to lose that weight? 1-866-800-SODA. Online at SodaWeightLoss.com. They are there for you like they were there for me. It's SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda Weight Loss is state-of-the-art.
Having trouble sleeping? Visit Mattress Firm during the Upgrade Your Sleep sale. Their sleep experts will help find your perfect bed. They make sleep easy.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Able Builders. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces St. Joseph starting at 8:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Conspiracy theories.
Well, in this case, AI got it wrong.
Yeah.
So, hey, maybe Skynet's not taking over anytime soon.
Firm beliefs.
I'm very easily swayed. If you keep talking, I might be at 70 here in about 30 seconds.
And a few sucker punches.
It was the complete motivator for me, the failure thing.
Mark, when did that stop? Not letting your teammates down after you finish playing? Because it seems like it. You let us down a lot.
Oh, man. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
You know, whenever I hear that, I always chuckle. But then I also realize you would not have fallen for that. You would not have gotten trapped. Like Mark Schlereth right now.
No.
But that was when you were still doing the TV. You were a little distracted. You know, you would have done the 2 hours of TV. Then you would have hustled up the stairs, maybe stopped to see if there was some lasagna that had been put out. But then you'd, hustle into your little radio studio, and then you'd pop on the headphones and join the show. You were probably ripe and vulnerable to be caught up in something like that. You're too locked in right now.
It was not only that, but at that point, Stokley was still... It was in the feeling out process. And Stokley was still like, let's get back to sports. Let's get back to sports. And so Stokley was not who Stokley is now, where he is loosened up and let go a little bit and, gotten into the swing of really, bashing each other.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't expecting it from Stokley. I was like, when he said, when did that stop for you?
Yeah.
I was like, that's a real question.
Right,
so I was going to get into No, that is something that never stops, Stokley. You're always that type of
Because
guy.
you were thinking you were dealing with, button down Stokley,
Why?
You know?
Yeah, the guy who was trying to, it wasn't embracing that down home, Cajun delight attitude, right?
Right.
He wasn't, he was right then. He was trying to prove that, I'm not just some, backwoods country Cajun guy. I've got an education, and now he's let go of that farce. And he's right. And he's
up on all that coke.
Yeah, so now he's just embracing who he is.
That's right.
And I wasn't ready for it.
Just spitting truth.
Yeah.
Well, we have missed Stoke. I know you have missed Stoke.
Yeah.
But Stoke will be back. He's fine. It's not like he's recovering from a Cody attack or anything like that. He's not laid up, after having rabies shots.
As far as we know, he's not recovering from a Cody attack.
He doesn't like putting his business out there.
No.
He's a very
he just
close
had some
to the vest
scheduled
guy.
time off.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that Cody might have attacked him in his scheduled time off.
Could extend.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we plan on having Stoke back this week, and we can't wait because he's somebody that was early on talking about the idea of Jalen Waddle. And early on, he was okay with giving up a first-round pick for Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
And so I'll be curious to see how he looks at the acquisition of Jalen Waddle. And for the most part, it's been very upbeat, very positive reviews. Our guy, Andrew Mason, I invite you to go to DenverSports.com and read Mace's breakdown. Basically, it's a comp between Jalen Waddle, Michael Pittman, and DJ Moore.
Yeah.
And the idea that you're talking about three receivers who, if you go back over the last few years or go back to the start of Jalen Waddle's time in the NFL the last 5 years, if you look at the comps between Pittman, Moore, and Jalen Waddle, they're all kind of bunched together. And in some cases, Moore and Pittman have outperformed Waddle, and yet the Broncos on paper gave up a lot more for Waddle than Pittsburgh gave up for Pittman and Buffalo gave up for DJ Moore. Okay, when you look at these three guys, I mean, are they all kind of bunched together, or can you make a case why Jalen Waddle is not head and shoulders above, but there's a separation there between Pittman and Moore?
I make the distinction because I look at Jalen Waddle as a big time, over the top, take you deep, can run every route, has been that number one guy. I think Pittman is a really good football player. And I think Pittman is more of a possession type guy, not the explosive over the top guy. And then I think DJ Moore, frankly, is a little bit more of a gadget dude. So I think you got the one guy that opens up, that more opens up the rest of the offense for your other four eligibles. Whether it's your back out of the backfield, whether it's your tight end in the middle of the football field, or your slot in the middle of the football field, or it's Cortland outside as the X individual route guy. It opens up. You start moving your coverage and sliding your coverage and cheating your coverage over toward Jalen Waddle. So I think that's big. You tease something, and here I'm doing your job for you. You tease something going on the break, and you've just completely forgot.
No, I haven't forgotten about it yet. Well, maybe. What was it?
You about a really cool story about Waddle and that game I called in Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
So this is to the idea.
Where are we on that one?
This is to the idea that what are we getting in Jalen Waddle? Okay, you have the debates about him as a player, but what kind of person are you getting when it comes to him fitting into this carefully cultured, carefully cultivated culture that the Broncos have had here and created? So this is a guy who
you could have said very carefully cultured culture.
Yes,
you could say that.
Yes, from the Department of Redundancy Department.
Yeah, it would have sounded dumb, but you could say
it. This is making its way around from somebody who has followed Jalen Waddle. He goes, favorite Waddle story. The entire week leading up to the Panthers game, the game you called.
Yep.
This was going to be Miami's first game without Tyreek Hill.
Yes.
He had just blown out his knee. People were questioning Waddle's ability to be a wide receiver one. He had every right to fire back and say, did you all not realize who I was pre-Tyreek, which was as a rookie. Jalen Waddle went out as a rookie before Tyreek Hill got there and had 104 catches for 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns. Instead, he took every question in stride and handled it like a pro. He caught 6 balls for 110 yards and a touchdown that week versus the Panthers. The next week, there were more questions like, did you think you could do that? Again, Waddle had every right to be like, man, I do this. He didn't. And I took him aside afterwards and asked, why aren't you bragging a bit? His response, quote, that's not the way I am. And this reporter who finished up his tweet by saying, non-diva receivers don't grow on trees. The Broncos got them a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've sat down with Jalen Waddle in a production meeting. He's a great kid. Great kid. And he's one of those guys walks in the room and it's like he just walks in, there's an energy that comes in with him. Sometimes you're in a production meeting, guy walks in, it just the whole energy of the room drains. He just wants to be out. And he walked in, man, and there was a real, like, man, it lit the room up. And he's fun, and we had a great talk, and blah, 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 blah. But he's amazing. He's a great young kid, really good. There's a lot of things. Like DJ Moore is really good with the ball in his hands. He's like a running back. He's a little bit more powerful than Waddle, but Waddle's really good and very dynamic with the ball in his hands. He's got more of an opportunity to take the top off the coverage, the big play ability to catch a slant and take it 80 yards for a touchdown. Like, this is who Jalen Waddle has the potential to be. And I love that story because then you go, all right, he fits in the culture they're trying to build, and he is a dynamic player. And I love the fact that he goes out and puts up 100 yards and a touchdown catch. And that was when Tua was playing as poorly as I've ever seen Tua play. And Mike McDaniel, frankly, to me, was just kind of checked out. Like, it just was the whole Dolphins vibe just felt bad. And so anyhow, yeah, that's a great story.
Okay. Coming up next, what do our top 2 NFL analysts who you heard from all season long, what do they have to say about the Jalen Waddle trade? You'll hear from Joel Clatt and Dan Orloski coming up next.
Stream Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app.
Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. Let me ask you a question. You live with back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery. How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. And here's the best part. You can do what I did. Start your journey toward pain-free. They're a phone call away. Same-day appointments. That's right, 303-367-2225. They'll see you today, 303-367-BACK. Spine One, a complete medical center for spine care, exams, x-rays, MRIs, physical therapy, and treatment options all in one facility. And I love this. I sat down with their board-certified physicians, and they showed me exactly what was going on with my back and then gave me options to get out of pain. And I'm telling you what, guys, they changed my life. You know what I'm talking about. Quit playing golf, quit going to the gym, couldn't sleep through the night because my back hurt so bad. A couple short visits, I was back on the course, back in the gym, back sleeping through the night. They can do it for you as well. Don't live that way any longer. Call them today and start your journey. 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK, or find them online at spineone.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Febreze.
New Febreze Air Mist has 50% more odor fighters and up to 30% more fragrance than the old formula. So now you can take on 100% more stinky odors, like sweaty gym bags, greasy cooking smells, and the after effects of the dog rolling around in something. Just spray, and New Febreze Air instantly restores just clean freshness. Smell you later, odor.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Dynasties are rare. They take consistency, integrity, and a commitment that spans generations. Silterhar Motors has been Colorado's most trusted dealership for 66 years. That's not luck, that's a dynasty. Built on doing business the right way, treating customers like neighbors. While the madness unfolds on the court, Truck Month is happening. Get 0% financing for 72 months, 0 down, and you won't make a payment for 90 days on select F-150s. Plus, get up to $6,000 cash back on popular Ford Explorer and Broncos. See their full inventory at sthmotors.com. Silterhar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040, the husband and wife law firm where you don't get passed around to a law clerk or some call center overseas. You always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Zach By here for 5280 Exteriors. Guys, we've had the driest winter in decades. Protect your home with fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance upgrades built to handle Colorado's extreme weather. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Every now and then you find a deal where you get more and pay less. Now that's a good deal. That's Straight Talk Wireless on Verizon's 5G network. Find it exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com.
Relentless mind games.
Are you trying to get me in an really right now?
Total accountability.
You're always throwing your teammates under the bus. That's just what you do.
And a sprinkle of advanced analytics.
The Boo rating, BOO, which is balls over opponent.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling along here through the 9 o'clock hour. Stoke off again today.
Yes. I like real quick, just I don't mean to interrupt you, but let me
Sounds
interrupt
like a
you.
point of order coming up
it's
here.
kind of a point of order thing. And I was just thinking about this. Now the bosses are in, right? Amanda, Katie. And I was thinking about, what I've done this week. Like, I'm not being paid to do an extra hour of the program. I'm just doing it out of the goodness of my heart because I'm a good teammate. And then all of a sudden,
you don't want to let your teammates down.
I'm not going to let my teammates down.
This man is a saint.
It never ends, right?
Yeah.
And then, you forget the tease. You tease something. You don't come back to it. You're rambling on about God knows what. I get you back on track. I get you
Rambling
back
on about Jalen Waddle.
Right.
Yeah.
I get you back on track. Get you to read the tweet from somebody who covered the Miami Dolphins. I'm not asking for a little bit more rice in my bowl, so to speak. But what I am asking for is an above and beyond award.
Ooh, I don't know.
I haven't had
Stink.
one of those in years.
Those above and beyond.
I haven't had one in years.
Man,
years.
When you get that little piece of paper
right.
that says above and beyond on it.
That's right. I put that in a special place.
They throw those things around like manhole covers.
I
those
put them in a
things do
special place,
not
Mike.
Get handed out easily.
No, they don't. And so I always file them away in a very, very special place.
Like with your Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
They only
cabinet.
come out for special occasions.
In the safe.
Okay.
I take them downstairs to the basement where the safe is bolted into the concrete, and I use the combination, open the safe, and put the above and beyond
There's only one
awards in there.
word I can use to describe you this week. One word. Heroic. You've been heroic.
It's a great word.
Just nails, man. Just nails.
Nails.
Two of our guys all year long loved leaning on these guys and getting their opinions, their insight, especially as former quarterbacks. You know them as Joel Clatt and Dan Orloski.
Get your head out of your ass.
Well, here's what they had to say about the Jalen Waddle trade. Joel Clatt was on the Kay Adams podcast, so you know he was just spitting truths.
How many lattes do you think he had?
I mean, Kay Adams is like Wonder Woman throwing that lasso around you to get you to tell the truth.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I mean, that's the power she has.
That's right.
Right?
Truth serum.
It is. Men are rendered powerless.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Joel Clatt, the latest.
They don't need another guy like Cortland Sutton because I actually, watching all the Bronco games, I don't think Nix and Sutton have gelled to the point that people thought that they would gel because Nix is a point guard and Sutton is an outside the numbers wide receiver. And so their games are not totally suited for one another. I think Waddle is much more suited to a Bo Nix and, frankly, a Sean type of offense. And this is going to help them be better and help Sutton be better because now he's not going to have to be the focal point of the passing game, and Nix will be able to be a point guard, which I think he is better at. We saw this with Sam Darnold and JSN. We've seen it with several others.
All right, couple things to take from that. First of all, the idea that Bo and Cortland Sutton weren't always exactly on the same page. Did you ever come away with that feeling watching them this year?
No, I just think it. I don't think when I hear that, I think of it as Cortland's got to be a down the field, ex receiver. Not so many anticipatory throws, not so many quick routes. Like that's not really what he does, and that's what Bo's strong suit was. Like, listen, if you get one-on-one, you have a middle-of-the-field safety, and, that middle-of-the-field safety is leaning to the 3 wide receiver side, so it's kind of a 60-40 split of the, of the field. Well, then you're going to throw your one-on-one to your guy, which was Cortland Sutton. And I think they've had good chemistry in that. But I think what Joel is saying is that's not necessarily the structure of the offense at this point, especially with a young quarterback, and especially coming out of the college game where you are a point guard. It is about how many plays and how many reps you get, and it is about simplicity and throwing into the little holes in the zone and stuff like that. So I think that's what Joel is saying. That not that they didn't have good chemistry, but it wasn't necessarily the offense that they wanted to lean into.
So all right, so that's Joel's opinion of Bo to this point.
Mm-hmm.
How about moving forward? I mean, is Bo's superpower as a quarterback is what is going to make him elite? Is it that he'll bring a point guard mentality to playing quarterback? That he'll know your defense so well, he'll know his options on offense so well that he'll just bang, bang, bang.
Right.
Go to the open guy, feed the hot guy. He'll be your classic point guard. Do you see him? Wasn't that kind of Drew Brees' superpower? His career went to a Hall of Fame level?
Let me just tell you that in today's NFL, and even in yesterday's NFL to a degree, those are the guys that I always talk about that have success, the guys that fall in love with the boring, the guys that are the point guards. When I talk to offensive coordinators traveling around the league in the NFC West, they all want their quarterbacks to be.
But Josh Allen isn't a point guard. Lamar Jackson is.
I think he's a lot more point guard than you think. Lamar, not so much, because Lamar is based on how they run the ball, what he does But when you're talking about RPO game, Mike, that's being a point guard. But you're being a point guard saying, I'm either going to hand it off based upon what the second-level defender is going to do, or I'm going to throw the glance behind it. If he sucks up, I'm throwing the glance. If he drops back, I'm giving the run-up. Like, that's still, effectively being a point guard. You're still reading the defense. But here's the beauty. Like, that's what Tom Brady was.
Exactly. That's what Payton was.
Right.
Yeah.
They were all point guards until what?
The big play presented itself.
Right. Until they peppered you to the point where you got your safety sucking up and corners sitting and squatting on routes, and then you're like, oh, you're going to squat? Oh, that's what you're going to squat? We're going to run Indy, like 2 unders and okay, that's what you want to do. Touchdown.
Yeah.
67 yards.
Stoke, no more for love of the game routes.
Right.
We're targeting you.
Hey, shake this guy down.
And it's a step and speed.
Stack. Hey, Stoke, stack him.
Stack him. And away we go. Dan Orloski on the Jalen Waddle trade.
It was the number one hole for this football team. This is a championship caliber roster, and there's a case to be said. They don't really have a hole outside of like that true number one receiver that's a vertical guy. Courtland Sutton's been their number one guy, very good player, but he's a big-bodied person. And then you have younger players like Franklin and Bryant, but they're not really at that level. And Mims is a dynamic kind of gadget guy. Jalen Waddle's a one. And so this makes so much sense for Denver, because if you're Denver, you're sitting there at the 30th pick, and we're in an area where people are saying this isn't the greatest first class potentially of all time. What player was Denver going to take at 30 that was going to truly impact this football team? It didn't exist. And so that's why for Denver to take that pick, send it to Miami, and get a true vertical stretch wide receiver, essentially with the 30th pick of the draft, and this draft for a team that is a championship caliber team, it's a no-brainer and a very good move for Denver.
So an offense that doesn't really have any noticeable holes, but this was the most glaring? Do you?
Yeah. No, I would
buy that.
I would disagree. He said didn't have a vertical threat. They have a vertical threat, but not a vertical threat that can do other things. Like Troy Franklin's a vertical threat, but I think he's still limited. He's still a ascending, growing, learning the NFL game player. Okay? So he's a vertical threat, but he's not a true vertical threat from the standpoint of, like, when you play Troy Franklin, you're taking away, like I always, from a game planning standpoint, Mike, one of the things you're doing is, well, what do I have to take away? What can I not get beat with, right? Where can I not get beat? Let me take that away, and then I'll react and adjust to the rest. So if you're going to just stay over the top of Jalen Waddle and say, I'm taking that away, he's going to eviscerate you underneath. I mean, he's just going to destroy you. So he's got the versatility to do both. That was a hole in their offense. For me, the number one hole is to find a tight end that can actually be versatile.
Right.
That can do everything.
How can you say you have a quarterback who plays point guard when you still don't have a proven middle-of-the-field tight end and a proven middle-of-the-field slot receiver? I mean, how can you set your quarterback up to play point guard if you don't have those two must-haves?
If you're still trying to figure out who's my guy, my outside guy other than Courtland Sutton. So, yeah, but Dan's right. I mean, Jalen Waddle gives them a legitimate target that ultimately takes pressure off of Courtland, takes pressure off the other four eligibles. You know, it helps you develop somebody in the middle of the field, whether that's a slot guy, whether that's a tight end, whatever it is. But, yeah, it certainly will help. It will help take some pressure off of everybody else, so this offense theoretically should function better.
Coming up, since the Jalen Waddle trade went down around this time, 24 hours ago, all we've heard is a lot of debate. You know, is he a number one? Did you give up too much? Should you have used the picks another way? But I'm going to put all that to rest, because if this guy thinks it was a good trade for the Broncos, then that's all that matters. That's next.
Jalen Waddle is a Denver Bronco. With Courtland Sutton, Marvin Mims, Troy Franklin, and Pat Bryant in the room, where will the former Dolphin star rank among this year's pass catchers? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at Cudarelli Vision, guys. Unbelievable, this kind of journey I've been on the last couple of months. So I wore glasses all growing up as a kid. And then, you know, I had that LASIK surgery when I came here to play for the Broncos. That was awesome, and that lasted forever. And then all of a sudden, I hit my mid-50s. I started needing readers for everything I was doing. Going out to dinner, reading menus, studying film, prepping for a game, doing my daily devotional. And I went and saw Dr. Cudarelli at Cudarelli Vision for a refractive lens exchange. And I can tell you firsthand, game changer for me. It could be for you, too. I don't need glasses anymore. I'm not searching around for my readers. They're a thing of the past. Hey, Cudarelli Vision is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. And Dr. Cudarelli can tell you when it's right time for you to discuss RLE. And I'm telling you guys, Cudarelli Vision RLE, there's never going to be readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts. The added bonus. All you have to do to find out more and ask your questions, go to ColoradoRLE.com. That's ColoradoRLE.com.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs. Schedule a free inspection with Groundworks, the foundation and waterproofing experts.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
You know what I could really go for right now? Literally anything that comes in a McDonald's carton, wrapper, or bag. Or a McDonald's cup. Yes, any of those items should do it.
And if you could go for a deal, now get free medium fries with the purchase of any hot, juicy Quarter Pounder with cheese or new Big Arch. Just what your cravings ordered. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Xfinity tech support. I can't get Jurassic Park back online without... But no worries. Our Wi-Fi boosted mobile keeps you connected in all kinds of places.
Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Watch Jurassic Park with Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings comparison based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of February 10th, 2026. Taxes, fees, extra.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. For over a decade, Bluebird Windows and Doors has been servicing the Front Range with products built to withstand Colorado's unpredictable weather. Bluebird's Sunrise Collection windows are built to last a lifetime and are backed by strong warranties. Buy one window and get one 50% off through March 31st. And mention you heard about Bluebird from me, Mike Evans. You'll save an additional 5%. Enjoy the outdoors through energy-efficient Bluebird windows. Visit gobluebirdco.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tonight on ESPN Denver 1600, CSU basketball faces St. Joseph starting at 8:30.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Candy shaming. I don't know how anybody can eat that. Black licorice? Ugh. 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 Gross.
Fact checking.
I think we have another candidate for the Mike Evans big board of BS.
No way.
In the spirit of giving.
Mike is getting an almost new but slightly used snowblower.
Oh, is that his compensation, Mark?
No, that's just out of the goodness of my heart, Stoke.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Somebody told me.
Statistically impossible. Why didn't we listen to that guy?
I know.
Why didn't we listen to that guy?
He's just such a salt of the earth dude, and you look back on the years.
So let me just bring everybody up to date.
Yeah.
Brock Heward, who is with our sister station in Seattle, does a great show back there in Seattle, and he's broadcasting from one of our other studios today, and he just popped in during the break. We're just talking
and
it was just a reminder. Why didn't we? Because he was our Russell Wilson whisperer.
Yeah, we had him on every week. And he laid so many breadcrumbs out for us. Yes. He just didn't come out and say it because, he's such a, like I said, salt of the earth guy. He's not going to besmirch anybody's, credibility.
And he didn't want to crush our buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were riding high. He didn't want to take that away from us. But, boy, he left just a lot of little hints.
Right. He's a lot better guy than me because once I got irritated, I was just smashing Russ. Right. He's just a lot better human.
Yes.
But I just get like, then
we were duped.
Duped. Yeah.
That's why I can never forgive Russ. Because, A, he's never apologized for the devastation he created here. And 2,
you know what? We
were duped.
We were duped,
and
Mike,
I'm mad at us for being duped. All of us were duped.
What we should do, though, honestly, is we should let go and actually forgive. Because when you think about it, had we not had Russ, had we listened to Chicken Little Marilat, had we gone down the road of it's not Russ, it's everybody else like the Rusties.
How can he fly with eagles when he's surrounded by turkeys?
Yeah.
That was actually one of my favorites.
Yeah. So when you think about it, Russ did us an incredible favor. If we don't have to deal with Russ and the ridiculousness that was Russ and what we gave up,
The ridiculousness that was Russ.
we don't get Sean Payton.
Yeah.
We don't basically see the error of our ways and move on. We don't draft Bo Nix. Can you imagine if we were still trying to make Russ work and we get into this draft where there were 6 quarterbacks taken and we're not in the draft market because of Russ, and now all of a sudden we're realizing, like, now we're where we were 2 years ago. Now we're going, oh, now let's jump in. And now you're sitting there. Now you're going to have a top whatever pick. But then you got to sit there and convince yourself that Ty Simpson is the guy.
What I was thinking.
He's the guy. Ty Simpson.
Oh, Cecil, what do you see when Ty Simpson has his shirt off?
Yeah.
I mean, we're like grinding over. You're doing Telestrator Tuesdays every day of the week. All right, today I'm going to look at Ty Simpson versus Tennessee. You know, that kind of thing. Oh, thank goodness.
So we
Thank
really,
goodness.
in hindsight, we really should be thanking Russ.
Big bite.
If you think about it.
Yeah, I guess if you want to look at the whole butterfly effect thing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, would we be here if not for that?
Right.
Yeah. All
Sean
right.
Payton would be coaching the Chargers.
Yeah.
You know, we would have some also ran, coordinator that was a passing game coordinator. You know who we'd have? We'd have the Arizona guy, LaFleur.
Not Matt.
Mike LaFleur.
Mike LaFleur.
We'd have Mike LaFleur, and he'd be saying, hey, it's all about surrounding Russ with the right talent. In my expert offensive coordinating tutelage, that's where we'd be right now.
Yeah, you're right. Just
Right.
got a shiver.
Yeah.
Well, for all the discussion about the Jalen Waddle trade and whether or not it was good or did they give up too much or whatever, hey, look, let's put it all to rest. Because if this guy, public enemy number one, Denver's biggest arch nemesis, he is Lex Luthor.
To Superman.
To Superman.
Yeah.
He is
Mickey to me.
Yes. Nick Wright from Fox Sports, who just goes out of his way to trash the Broncos, trash the Nuggets, trash Bo Nix, trash Nikola Jokic. Ugh.
Yeah. Well, you think about it. We ruined his childhood. He's grown up in Kansas City. He's thinking this is our year. And every year, John Elway is just smashing him.
Right.
Smashing his hopes and dreams of Kansas City.
And then, finally, Elway leaves. Finally. Now it's our turn.
Yeah. And Peyton Manning.
Here comes Peyton Manning. I still remember I think we had the copy of it. It was like the Kansas City Star or something. We got a hold of it somehow. It was back when they put out real papers. And we had the back page of the sports. And it had a picture of Manning superimposed with a Broncos helmet once he made the decision. And all the headline blared was, "Oh, no."
Right. Here we go again. Here, Nick Wright probably wrote the article.
Probably. Oh, no. Anyway, this should make you feel great, Broncos country. Here you go.
I like that for Denver. I like Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
We've never really seen Waddle as, we saw him as a number one early in his career. I think his first year before they got Tyreek, and he had 100 catches for 1,000 yards. Is really interesting because his rookie year he had a bunch of catches but was very low yards per catch, and then his second year with Tyreek, he had 30 fewer catches and 350 more yards, and his yards per catch went from 9.8 to 18.1. He's a really good player, and he's still young. He's 27 years old. He's on a reasonable contract. Like, fair is fair. That's a good trade for Denver. I like that.
Tell me you're going to do what I think you're getting ready to do. You doing voice to text?
I'm going to do a voice to text right now to Nick Wright.
To Nick?
Yeah.
Okay, I love when you do
You ready
this.
this?
I love when you do this.
Okay.
Wow. Praising the Broncos on the Jalen Waddle trade. ... That must have been like eating a turd sandwich for you.
Send.
Send.
Oh, he'll get right back to you too.
No, you know it.
No, you know he will.
It. If he's in here, that dude is a worker. So,
all right,
love it.
Hey, if you're getting the endorsement from Nick Wright, not that you need it, but maybe it makes you feel a little bit better, as a Bronco fan.
Yeah.
Tournament time's here, so's your shot at $5,000, but you got to get it done. It's free. You don't want to miss out. Been doing these for years and years here at the Fan, and the one bit of advice, everybody's going to be talking about their brackets over the next couple of weeks. You don't want to be left out. So head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K bracket challenge presented by Bryant, Colorado, and Xfinity. Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries will close before the first tip-off of the first game tomorrow, Thursday, March 19th. That's DenverSports.com/bracket. Coming up next, more your reaction to the Jalen Waddle trade. Also, why the Nuggets win was so important yesterday, and we preview the monster showdown between the Avs and Stars. All coming up next.
Do the Denver Broncos have a new dynamic duo at wide receiver?
Cortland's the X, into the boundary, on the line of scrimmage. Waddle's the Z, off the line of scrimmage, fast, in and out of breaks. This is Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here from my friends at the Low T Center. Low T Center, the original TRT clinic that has helped countless of men across the United States get their lives back through high-quality testosterone therapy, guys. It sets the standards that other clinics are still trying to measure up to, the other clinics are still trying to chase. So if you've been feeling tired, grumpy, just out of sorts, lacking motivation, understand that Low T Center, it's the highest quality testosterone on the market. They only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone cypionate, never compounded testosterone. So you're getting the best, not only for success, but also for your body, guys. And I'm telling you what, they do everything at the Low T Center. Whether it's GLP-1s or peptides, they can direct you in a fashion that's going to help you get back to being your best, to feeling your best. Right now, free T testing for men, $99 hormone testing for women, normally $299. I'm telling you what, guys, go see my guys at Low T Center. That's lowtcenter.com for more information or book an appointment online, lowtcenter.com.
If your heating and cooling system isn't keeping up, now's the time to upgrade. Enjoy better performance, improved indoor air quality, and energy savings with a new Bryant heating and cooling system. For a limited time, take advantage of rebates, incentives, and 0% financing on select Bryant systems. For quick fixes or entirely new heating and cooling systems, Bryant will do whatever it takes for your family's comfort. Visit BryantColorado.com to find a local Bryant dealer today. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Dynasties are rare. They take consistency, integrity, and a commitment that spans generations. Silterhar Motors has been Colorado's most trusted dealership for 66 years. That's not luck, that's a dynasty. Built on doing business the right way, treating customers like neighbors. While the madness unfolds on the court, Truck Month is happening. Get 0% financing for 72 months, 0 down, and you won't make a payment for 90 days on select F-150s. Plus, get up to $6,000 cash back on popular Ford Explorer and Broncos. See their full inventory at sthmotors.com. Silterhar Motors. Get everything you want out of a dealership.
When the Nuggets are knocking down threes, you score too. If Denver hits 15 or more three-pointers, you score a free 28-ounce Gatorade Lower Sugar the very next day at your friendly King Supers. Gatorade Lower Sugar is scientifically formulated with Gatorade's #1 proven electrolyte blend and has 75% less sugar than Gatorade Thirst Quencher and no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Big shots deserve next-level hydration. Only at King Supers.
When disaster hits your home, it's game time. Water in the basement, fire damage, mold creeping in. Don't sit on the sidelines.
Bring Able
to the table.
Able Restoration is your first-round draft pick for emergency response, mitigation, and full rebuild. They move fast, protect your property, and fight for you with insurance. This isn't practice. This is your home. So when it's time to step up and protect what matters most,
Bring Able to the table.
call 303-590-5600. Go Able!
Not all college savings plans are created equal. College Invest is the only one that offers a 2026 Colorado tax deduction. Open one today and start saving for the future. collegeinvest.org.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Imperfect analogies.
But Mark is not inferring that Bo Nix is a serial killer.
Poor communication.
Normally your phone by this time of the day, you haven't had it on a charger in 3 days. It's somewhere buried in a bag.
And emotional outbursts.
It would have been magical. Then I would have gave the bird to Payton and down the sideline, give him the double bird as I'm running by him. Yeah, take this! You missed me!
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Stunk off today. Hope I knew I'd get him back here for the end of the week. He's fine. He's good. Not laid up because of a Cody attack or anything like that.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, but I feel pretty confident believing that he's escaped the wrath of Cody.
If he comes back in here and he's just got like he's just missing the tip of one finger. You know what I mean?
Stitches on his cheek or something.
Like half of his fingernail is gone. It's just kind of a gnarled up mess. Yeah, you know he kicked Cody off the bed and then his arm fell over the edge, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden Cody from underneath the bed right on the finger.
So we've been focused a lot on the Jalen Waddle move and all the different threads to that story, but some other things going on as well. Nuggets win last night. Nice, easy game. And I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to try to make too much of them winning the way they did. It was Philly's G League team, and hey, if Philly wants to come in here and roll over, I'll take it. I'm not gonna apologize.
Yeah, I'm not one of those guys. I wanted their best. I wanted Embiid to come in here, and I wanted all their starters. And no, I was like, oh, you guys just want to roll over?
They got, after 6 tough games, they were gifted an automatic W, and I'm not gonna turn away from that. Sure, certainly with what they've got going on right now, but winning so easily, stress-free. No starter played more than 27 minutes. Jokic and Murray sat out the fourth quarter. It was all good yesterday. So giving us a chance to kind of exhale a little bit. 69 games in, 13 games left. Currently tied for the 6th spot with Minnesota. Both teams are 42-27. Houston's in the 4th spot. Nuggets 1 loss behind the Rockets and 2 behind L.A. L.A. with the tiebreaker. For that 3rd seed. So, let's just kind of take stock of where we are right now with the Nuggets. Do you feel like their success, their long-term, have a chance to go to the Western Conference Finals success is predicated on catching the Lakers and passing the Lakers for that 3rd seed?
I think that 3rd seed makes their path easier to get to the Western Conference Finals. That's what I think. And so I think that that's important. I am so, my opinion of the Nuggets changes on a game, not a week-to-week, but on a game-to-game basis. Because there are times when I look at this team and I see them flip the switch to playing some good defense. When I see them flip the switch into, man, they are running, and they're getting easy buckets. They're getting layups. There are times when I see that, and there are times when there just seems to be ambivalence to, they're just like going through the motions, and it irritates me. And part of it is my football mentality.
Bring it every game.
Right.
Right.
And I know that's not the NBA. And I don't like the flip the switch stuff, but I see them do that in the 4th quarter and eat up losses or eat up deficits, what I should have said. And So I've seen them do it. So I know it's in there. And I could see them getting bounced in the first round, Mike, of the playoffs. I could see them totally getting bounced in the first round. And I could see them getting to the NBA Finals. And maybe what's bothering me is that I can't put my finger on it. Like, I can't sit there and tell you definitively what they are. And as they get healthier and as they get more confidence, like you've seen it with Cam, the confidence in him grow and his game grow.
Yep.
Now, I thought I saw it in that, I think it was the Houston game, or maybe it was the San Antonio game with Christian Brown. And then all of a sudden I saw it just kind of fall apart against the Lakers. And last night I think he was the leading scorer with 22 again. Like I can see them coming together. What's it going to look like when Peyton Watson is there? Like, I can see it coming together, and I could see them flipping the switch and playing tough and doing all that stuff. And I could also see them rolling over a little bit.
By the way, Cam Johnson, last 4 games, 17 points per game, shooting 63% from the field, 50% from beyond the arc, 90% at the free throw line. So if his game is starting to run, especially since...
Remember how we were saying when Peyton Watson comes back, it's going to be Peyton Watson? I don't think so anymore.
What's the deal with Peyton Watson? David Adelman was making it sound like Watson would have been back by now. Would have been back for...
Yeah.
Was trending towards coming back when Gordon came back. So it would appear that he's had some sort of a setback. So that's what's going on with the Nuggets tonight. Big one for the Avs. And this is one of those games I love. I look forward to, because even though we're still in the regular season, we've arrived at the point of this regular season where we're going to learn a little something about this Avalanche team.
Yeah.
Even with some of the guys out, we're going to learn a lot about this team. They've lost 2 in a row. They've lost 3 of their last 4. They were just embarrassed in the game against Pittsburgh. You got Dallas, who just hasn't lost over the last month, and they've closed the gap. And to me, it's a gut check type game.
Yeah.
I know that's cliche, but I just think that every once in a while a game comes along that it's like, okay, what are you guys made of? What are you made of collectively as a team? Do you possess that championship gene? And I think games like this, coming off what happened the other night, will reveal a lot about this team.
I agree with you. I think this is a playoff preview game. It's going to have that kind of atmosphere to it. And it should. These are the 2 best teams in the West, right? And, I mean...
They're the 2 best teams in hockey.
2 best teams in hockey. It's got the Avs, our hometown team. Dallas, your favorite team.
Oh, jeez.
And it should be this should be a great battle. This is one I stay downstairs for.
Yes.
This is a downstairs game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want any possibility of
drifting,
getting sleepy.
See what happens to you when you go upstairs to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the comfy bed.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, you hit intermission. Some, Canadian guys on there spitting out Lord knows what about hockey this and creases that and, the half wall this and, the next thing you know, you're like, oh, half wall. Yeah, exactly.
No,
exactly.
You're right. Downstairs.
Yeah. Oh, they start talking about the slot. Oh,
this is downstairs.
Right.
This is
tape to tape pass through the slot.
This playoff type game. We got the notepad.
I'm sitting upright.
Yep.
I'm sitting upright on the chair right next to the TV.
Cold glass of water. No beverages.
No.
Nope.
You're just sitting there taking it all in.
There you go. Well, we'll see what happens. 3 of the keys for tonight. Goaltend. Not goal. I don't want to make goaltending number 1. Number 1,
defense.
They got to tighten things up defensively.
They've got to figure out what their defensive rotation is, and the amount of the lack of communication, the amount of odd man rushes we've had here recently. That's got to be corrected.
Yep, that's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2. As much as I'm not making goaltending the number 1 issue, far from it, but it's still got to be better. It's like the Bednar line that he used a little while ago. Look, you got to be better defensively, but sometimes your goalie has to bail you out.
Mm-hmm.
And while the lead for me is the headline is the Avs have to be better defensively, whether it be Wedgwood or Blackwood, they got to do a little bit more to help you guys out. Okay?
Correct.
And then third, power play, which, had been showing signs of life. They had mixed some things up. I mean, clearly this was all Dave Hackstall's doing. The recent surge in the power play was clearly all Dave Hackstall. I'm being sarcastic. But now they've kind of cooled off again. 0 for 6 on the power play their last couple of games. So got to get that going. So those are your kind of your three things to watch for tonight.
I like it.
All right?
I like it. And we keep getting odd man rushes, but the way our goaltenders are playing, man, that's not going to be a good sign. So this defense has got to step it up.
By the way, after Nathan McKinnon was very outspoken, saying I didn't like.
Yeah, how many defensive players were rotating?
We had
through
7
there?
defensemen and 11 forwards. I don't like that. He was pointing.
He does
saying,
not like 7-Eleven.
Nope.
Like 7-Eleven is great if you're driving around town and you need a snack. Maybe get some quick gas.
Big gulp.
7-Eleven is that's a stellar place to swing into.
Mm-hmm.
Not when we're talking about forwards and back end.
Correct.
Not when we're talking about our blue line players.
Leave it to Tommy Gunn 5280 on our Denver Sports YouTube channel. I mean this is why there are true serious hockey guys. Key of the game: score more goals than the other team. Tommy Gunn, I bow to you.
That's what that's what I talk about.
I bow to you.
Yeah.
And finally, man, what's happened to the U.S. of A? We gotta get the hockey guys in charge of the U.S. World Baseball Classic team. Fell short again.
Yeah.
In the WBC.
Do you feel like it's important? It's not as important to the U.S. as it is to the Venezuelan players.
Of course not.
Not even. I don't think it's even close.
I don't think the passion that the U.S. hockey players played with in both the Four Nations face-off and the Olympics, I never sensed it from the American baseball players.
You think about it. You think about the hockey guys, though. They've got that natural rival of Canada.
Correct.
Canada.
Sure.
The Canadians. Natural rival.
Yeah.
But is Venezuela really are you really? By the way, it was really cool because I saw Miguel Cabrera down there on the bench. And when I think of Venezuela, I think of Miggy, and I think of Papa Verde.
You go back with
Jose Valverde, Papa Grande.
You go back with Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah,
to your son's days with the
Detroit. Watching him just being backstage at spring training, watching him take BP.
People know me.
That dude was unbelievable.
Triple Crown winner.
Dude. So in the majors at 19.
Yeah.
Hey, 19. Steely Dan.
No. 19.
Oh, yeah.
That's a deep pull. All right, we are done. Get ready. We've got Dover and Cecil coming your way. Might get Stoke back tomorrow. Might not. I don't know. What can I say? Tune in at 6 tomorrow and find out. Dover, Cecil, next.
Tournament time is here, and so is your shot at $5,000.
Head to DenverSports.com/bracket to enter our 5K Bracket Challenge, presented by Bryant, Colorado, and Xfinity.
Think you can pick the perfect bracket? Prove it, but don't wait. Entries close before tip-off on March 19th.
That's DenverSports.com/bracket.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, most of the time, there's no value putting off what you know you're going to have to eventually face. That includes erectile dysfunction. First time, no biggie. Second time, got to be a fluke, right? But if it continues, something's going on, and it doesn't help you or your partner to delay. Make the call to Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They are experts at treating men's ED, and they understand this is a big step for you that likely includes some nerves and anxiety. Folks there, they're professional, they're courteous, they'll make you feel at ease, and then go about putting together a customized treatment plan for your ED. And you can't argue with the results. Success rates well over 90%. You deserve better than a mediocre sex life, and if the pills or herbals are failing you, see what Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic can do for you. Schedule a consult. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a